Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to present you the first match of the first round of the first ever Metroid Prime Randomizer and Metroid Prime Echoes tournament multi-world cross-game cup, or as we prefer to call it to save ourselves all those words, the CGC. We are featuring two excellent teams of runners tonight who will be playing a two-person multi-world seed against their opponents playing the same seed, attempting to finish with a collective time lower than the other team. We are featuring Team Hotdog with Aaron Explosives running Echoes and Drekaniff running Prime, and the PhailGuys with Lenofus running Echoes and Shy Guy, a Metroid MST running Prime. My name is Baha Blood. I'm joined here in the booth today by Asger. How are you doing?
Good. I'm really excited to see this. We've all been waiting a really long time for this kind of tourney format to show up. We're going to see a lot of action across both games, so it's going to be really, really interesting.
Yeah, these I've been having so much fun. Just even with the practice for this tournament, I'm really looking forward to getting to run myself. Really is kind of a different atmosphere being in a VC with someone else while you're racing. Takes a lot of the stress out, at least for me. Like having someone to kind of talk with, and if you get stressed,
complain about the seed list.
Yeah.
some of these can get kind of bad just because when you have both the games together, it can get really complex. So let's see. Yeah, Team Hotdog, very formidable. They're the number 2 seed. So Drekaniff or DF playing Prime 1. DF was the third person ever to get a sub-hour in-game time in Prime 1 any percent. And Aaron Explosives. DF's really good at all 3 of the Prime games. Aaron specializes in Echoes, and she got second place in the Echoes Rando tourney last year. PhailGuys, MST, and Leno are they're more Super Metroid Link to the Past people. They co-opt in that co-op tourney and stuff. But yeah, it's actually kind of hard for me to see the hint text, but
yeah, it looked like a morph system and communication area. So we'll be needing the bombs or power bombs on the Metroid Prime side to get access to that. But decent information to have. So yeah, so we are featuring landing site starts for the Prime 1 seed and main energy controller starts for Echoes. We do start with the Violet Translator to avoid what we affectionately term as BK mode, which is basically the inability to do any checks in your game until your partner finds some items for you. So with the Violet in hand, we can do this Alpha Splinter fight and move on to the early Temple Grounds area, as well as take the elevator to Aegon.
Yeah, we can get locked into BK mode pretty shortly in, but it allows the players to at least each do something. So Prime 1's players getting was that a missile expansion?
Their launcher was an alcove, and then there was another expansion in the temple. And with the CGC tournament, we are up to having 9 artifacts and 9 SDKs. So there are a few more artifacts than you may be used to seeing and or being scanned from the Prime side. Looks like DF is remembering this and scanning the 7th through 9th artifact as well. I did not get a great look at those artifacts, but I did see Alpha Blog. Excellent.
Yeah, I also saw Dungeon. It's kind of hard to catch them on this 4-way layout. Saw Sync Energy Controller. That's not too bad. Yep. I think I also saw an Ice Beam under the Prime 1 ship.
Oh, nice. And Alpha Splinter had our Light Beam today, so both runners are already picking that up. Pretty nice to have. And a free Power Bomb expansion. So the power bombs won't be in logic. The algorithm will always place the main power bombs when it expects you to have power bombs. So it isn't necessarily the case that any of the checks that having power bombs unlocks are what the algorithm expects you to do next, but that does present an option for the runners to stay in Temple Grounds, especially with that morph ball system and communication area. would not surprise me at all if if both runners headed straight for that.
Yeah, so this is going to be a pretty uphill matchup for PhailGuys. Aaron is Aaron and DF are both really comfortable with the hyper vote tricks. They play with those in Logic on their own sometimes. And Aaron can also do a lot of the out of bounds stuff, which means that she may be able to check her Echo's Sky Typical hints without the normally required super missiles and secret missiles. I know Leno also knows how to. Leno knows how to screw attack the secret locks to skip seekers, but I don't believe that he knows how to skip super missiles.
Sure. So yeah, Leno finds his own power bombs in communication area. So that means that we already have more ball bombs. I missed where those were. And an early cannonball from underneath the root cave.
Yeah, that one's kind of it's interesting. Like, he's not going to have any control over wanting to keep it for later, because you lose the cannonball state once you do a reset.
Yeah, well, and even like mining station access, which is a check we have in Logic right now, will you're going to have to lose your cannonball to get that, as well as heading to portal access day. So unfortunately, yeah, getting cannonball prior to doing some of the early Aegon stuff generally means you're going to lose it pretty quick. Cannonball, for those not familiar, is a state that an item that the game temporarily gives you while you are propelled by one of the morph ball cannons in this game. But there are means to prevent the game from taking that away from you, which it's supposed to after you finish flying through the air. And we've also been able to code it as a pickup in the randomizer. So you can acquire this, which gives you basically invincibility, allows you to deal lots of damage to certain enemies that are weak to it, and gives you the boost ball.
It's basically already coded in as an item in Echoes, technically, and that's why it was so easy to implement in the randomizer. So we've got Echo's bombs for... Echo's bombs for the first item, I think.
There's prime bombs in Ruined Shrine. Now, Nursery was a translator for Echoes. I missed it when Emerald, I think that's it.
Emerald, yes, okay. It's good that both the players from both games had bombs pretty early. Actually, I don't think Shy Guy has his yet. But there are some multi-world seeds where one of the game's bombs is super deep. Like, I think in the Discord we were memeing about Echo's bombs on Thardis, the Prime bombs on Chica or something like that, where your partner basically doesn't get to play the game for an hour. That can happen sometimes.
Yep, and the logic can also sometimes expect one of the players to soft lock themselves in a room where they can't get out of to pick up something for their partner to go get them the item that actually lets them escape. In practice, we can sometimes get around that by either quitting out or doing tricks, but sometimes the logic can expect you to soft lock yourself.
Okay, so Aaron getting screw attack now. I think Leno got that earlier. Did Leno head in the direction of GFMC earlier?
Yes, I think Leno's done the crate and all the power bomb lock checks on the way to it.
Oh, DF had a death. I didn't see what it was to.
Oh no.
That is so yeah, no saves. Gonna have to start from the beginning. But this does highlight a feature of playing in a multi-world race, where if you die, you don't have a save, you'll just reacquire everything that your partner sent to you. That's all saved in the server and in your game. Anything that was in your own world, you're going to have to get again yourself if you want it. But it means it's certainly not over if a player takes a death.
So Dave is not heading back to Artifact Temple. Not sure if I wonder if they wrote down as the DF was scanning them the artifact hints, in which case that'll save them a trip back there. But hopefully, won't have to head back and scan the hints again.
Yeah, I think it's good practice to write them down like that. I think MST. I know MST or Shy Guy. I'm gonna use them interchangeably because I'm used to calling him one or the other. But he did not read his hints right away. He just scanned them all and kind of left. I don't know if he opened the menu to read them later from the logbook, but it seemed that was what he was planning on doing. So if he took the death without reading them, he probably would have to go and get them again.
Yeah, there's a lot of different kind of thoughts on when to read hints. I personally don't find them terribly useful until both players have the ability to get them, and also generally a decent amount of ability to do most of the checks in the game. But yeah, reading them early can definitely be helpful to avoid situations like this.
Okay, so the Prime 1 players also have X-Ray. It's not going to be terribly useful early on. Yeah, DF had to come back to Hive Totem to get his own Morph Ball. So that is kind of unfortunate with the death. If you're going to die as the Prime 1 player, it's a lot better if your partner found your Morph Ball.
Yeah, a lot of the early Prime progression was actually in their own seed. Now has to go back to Shrine for the bombs, but doesn't need to come back and pick up that Emerald Translator as Aaron already has it.
So it looks like the Echoes players are kind of heading different directions again. Because Leto is opening the portal to Dark Agon, and Aaron is doing Bomb Guardian.
Yeah, this is always an interesting choice to have to make here too, because doing the Dark Agon loop first, if Dark Beam was up the other way, you're going to be isolating in Cache 4, which never feels good. But often you'll want to maybe do like the play into labs from the Light Beam door once you've done both of these areas, in which case, going the way Leno is might make more sense. Plus sometimes there's a factor of the forced fight you have to do in Portal Terminal if you've done Bomb Guardian already.
Yeah, I think I hate about the Portal Terminal fight. Like, it's triggered. It's the Dark Pirate Trooper fight that's triggered once you get Bomb Guardian dead. When you don't do the fight early on because you did Bomb Guardian later, but then you come back to the room and then the door shuts on you when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, that's happened to me so many times.
Getting that fight out of the way. And I had also forgotten DF had to find his own bomb skin, so I was going on about like how he's fine, he can still keep his items from his partner, but yeah, not really in this case. He actually did have to go and get all that stuff again, so not the greatest example of it. But in general, that is a thing that might make it okay if you take a death. That's how Research Core is another artifact, so Shy Guy is taking more time to read his hints out of the logbook right now.
You had a great look at what was in Mining Station A. I almost want to say it was a grapple beam. It had the kind of shiny blue translucent thing that a lot of the mobility items have.
I found it hard to tell the movement systems apart because of that. They can sometimes look similar. Okay, DF doing the Frigate Crash Site dash and getting Spider Ball. I don't think that's in logic without Space Jump. Either Space Jump or Grapple, I think.
Yeah, either Space Jump or Grapple would put that in logic. So yeah, that's actually a decent thing to have in hand in Chozo, especially to avoid isolating the upper dynamo check.
Yeah, it's good for that. So nobody has Space Jump, though. That is... it's not that uncommon to not have Space Jump for like 15 minutes or so. It's not terribly uncommon, but for both games, it's kind of, oh, Aaron is, or sorry, Leto is cutting it close with the Dark World damage there.
Ice was in landing site behind the ship, yeah. So yeah, we'll see when Shy Guy decides to take a save warp, get that ice beam, and spider ball.
Spider was frigate crash site.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so Leto's being really tight with these kind of hell runs that we have in Prime 2.
Yeah. Luckily, there are plenty of safe zones here. Really don't need too much energy to be safe here. Pause a little bit here, should be fine. All right.
Okay, now Aaron has Cannonball.
So that timing actually works out pretty well for Aaron. Aaron should be able to keep that cannonball.
Yeah.
From here
So the
on
thing
out.
with Leto's health, being that low before Jump Guardian is when you're wailing on Jump Guardian's invisible hitbox, you're just standing in the safe zone. So even if you got to really low health on the way to Trial Tunnel, you are pretty much going to get it all back. You'll get it back from the fight too. So it's not too bad to be on low health here, but it can be scary. It's too bad that's not his own E-Tank though. Okay, Gravity suit, Prime 1 Gravity suit in Lottery Hall.
Oh, interesting.
I had to, I remembered I have to specify, like, I can't just say Gravity, because that's ambiguous. Prime 2 is Gravity Boost.
Yeah, it looked like he was going for a fancy bomb jump trick to get onto the tree there. But opts for the normal way to climb this room with a little slope jump. And that cuts out a little bit of the collision and terrain you have to go around. Yep. It's it.
Yeah, DF has done 21%, which is the low percent for Prime 1 that skips space jump and does all sorts of crazy bomb jumps everywhere. So he's gonna know some of these shortcuts to deal with not having space jump.
The Echo's missile launcher. Okay. So that does put... so all 4 players, at least logically, have access to their missiles now.
I'm so bad at keeping track of logical missile launchers, especially in a 4-way like this.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't even do it in the Echoes Weekly the other day.
I would say when like Junction Site could be it, because I'm not going to do Junction Site for a missile, but then I never get the information of whether it was my like logical launcher or not.
So I am curious to see what's in DF's Dynamo, because that's Spider Ball locked, and the Spider Ball's out of logic.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, did we see a boost ball at Junction Site? Must be a Prime 2 boost ball. Alright, what do we got here?
Ooh.
Okay, Prime Super Missiles. That is a little bit more immediately useful for where DF is.
Yeah,
if he goes back to Main Plaza.
That's actually kind of a scary one, because that's one where, like, it's not going to be super obvious necessarily to MST that he's missed something important, but supers are important enough that could be a problem in the long run.
Okay, we've got Amber Translator for Amber Translator in the acid item in Watery Hall. The
So
DF
that's pretty
found.
good. good for the Echoes players. They've got 3 other translators already. Can scan a lot of the lore scans have been replaced with hints. That can tell you both what's been placed on your seed for you and for your partner, which can be pretty powerful, especially since Echoes has 18 more checks than Prime 1 and generally higher item requirements, or more things locked by a wider variety of items, I guess.
Yeah, and it seems that hint agrees with what you were saying. The scan visor is useful for gathering information. Yeah, there's a couple of joke hints in each Echo seed. So actually, that's one really interesting thing about kind of the dynamic that you have between your Prime player and your Echoes player. Echoes is the game that has like the potential major item hints with the Luminoff ore. Prime 1 doesn't have scans that are like really evenly dispersed in each region, so it doesn't have any system like that. So basically, your Echoes player controls a lot of the information in the seed. They're going to be able to tell the Prime player in advance when they might be able to expect to receive a Prime item. So like, the Echoes players are only going to get hints for items that are in their world, but they could be Prime 1 items, so the information could be useful to the Prime 1 player in that way.
And that puts everything in logic. That grapple beam behind Zoid there. It does give us access to the Spider Ball, which gave us the supers. And so now we have fun checks like Ghosts and Logic.
Yeah. Shy Guy found that grapple a while ago. Is kind of on his way out of the Incinerator drone right now, checking back with Furnace. So he's a little bit ahead on this path because of DF's death. Oh, Leno is did Leno do the sand gate, or no? He didn't make it all the way up, I guess. Oh no, he did. He did do the sand gate. He got it without space jump. That's a pretty tricky bomb jump. I think it's intermediate. Oh, okay. Well, that's silly. Okay, so space jump was in mining station A.
And that does put labs into logic. Aaron instead is up and do some Temple Grounds cleanup.
So he didn't need to do that bomb jump. Leno didn't need to do that bomb jump into the window after all. Space jump was right there. Where was Echo Spider? I did not catch that.
Yeah, I missed that too. Because that is costing Aaron space jump boots.
Yeah.
Lower furnace. Okay, so DF will have that soon here.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Timing's a little bit off here, I think, but
actually,
no,
looks like
she's on her way back into Agon, so he's fine.
Yep, this should work out pretty well for him.
It's kind of funny because if you've got bombs and space jump, you can do a BSJ to like climb standable terrain in mining station A to get that item without spider ball, without power bombs, without the cannon and stuff. But if you don't have space jump and items up there, you're kind of stuck getting it the normal way.
Seeing that Leno's taking the front door into labs, I personally like to take the back entrance in situations like this. See if Aaron follows Leno or ends up taking the route through Sand Canyon. Sand Canyon is perfectly in logic actually right now.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. Leno has Screw Attack and Space Jump. So that means that if he were to backdoor labs, he could Screw Attack the Dark Crystal that normally softlocks you or normally makes it difficult to get out of the Dark Samus 1 room. Say, I kind of like your call to do labs backwards instead of forwards like he's doing it.
Yeah, it's just a couple rooms like this one that are a little bit faster, usually come in the opposite direction. Although, I don't know if Leno knows the kind of standable to basically skip this room with Screw Attack, or just going to solve the puzzle.
That is hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
Wait, no, hold on. Space Jump? Oh, okay. Prime 1 Space Jump is in Oh, Prime 1 Space Jump is in Sandcache behind Amber.
Ooh, did Lino miss that, huh?
Yeah, because Lino didn't have Amber. Where was Amber?
Oh.
Where was Amber again? It was somewhere.
So hard to keep track of everything.
Oh, it was Watery Hole and the Acid, which
oh, right. He doesn't have
DF,
Amber at all.
DF, I think being more experienced was like more willing to do like the bomb jump up there with gravity suit.
Mm-hmm.
Plasma. Okay, so DF finding Plasma in Elder Chamber, not Elder Chamber. That's Plasma locked. All of the Elders. I have to remember room names for 2 games at the same time. This is actually really hard.
That doesn't help that a bunch of them are shared between the 2 games as well.
Yeah, so MST is not going to get that soon because MST kind of had to back out of Furnace. MST did not have Spider Ball or Space Jump to properly continue on to Hall of the Elders.
Yeah, somewhat luckily, I think, for the failed
that
guys,
was sick.
the Prime 1 Varia hasn't been found. So that does kind of limit where Shy Guy can go, and probably will lead him towards that Amber again.
I don't know if you called it, but DF did the staggered bomb jump into
to skip.
to skip Wave Beam in
Nice.
Hall of the Elders.
And find Seekers, and was Plasma in Hall of Elders?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, so Seekers in Antechamber, where Vanilla Ice Beam is. So yeah, this is all stuff that PhailGuys is probably not gonna get for a while. Let's see, where is Leno right now? Leno's doing labs. Yeah, Leno's gonna be... Okay, so MST has to go back to Watery Hall to get Amber.
Yeah, and then Leno has to get back to Sandcache for the space jump.
He has to decide to go back and do that without space jump. And I'm not sure if he's thinking of it as a possibility.
Oh, Leno has Amber.
He does. Oh, okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, okay, sorry.
Yeah, no, I missed that too. I was just looking at chat and then saw it. Yep.
So Leno just missed Sandcache because he got Amber at the wrong time, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is my assessment of the situation. But like that's gonna be rough on Shy Guy. Shy Guy is not gonna get space jump for a while. Falling down Gathering Hall because Prime 1 has a lot more vertical rooms. So the fact that DF has space jump puts everything back into logic.
Mm-hmm.
So this Arbor Chamber check is in logic. That's Wave Beam.
Wow. All beams at the 27-minute mark. That is pretty good for Prime here.
Yeah. I think Shy Guy's going to really struggle to get in that position very soon. It looks like he's choosing to go towards Hall of Elders without space jump. Or maybe he just wanted to peek top of Furnace. Oh, actually, yeah, I guess this isn't... I don't know if he's going to reasonably be able to do anything back here.
Ooh, that looked kind of like Annihilator or Sonic Boom-y. I wasn't quite sure what that was.
I'm not sure if he has Spider Ball, right? I'm actually not sure if Shy Guy has Spider Ball. If Shy Guy has Spider Ball, then I think he can do enough bomb jumps to be able to get plasma out of Hall of the Elders and then turn back.
Should be able to, yep.
I don't think he would be here if he didn't have Spider Ball. I don't think he would be trying to do things here. So, oh, maybe not. It's a little unfortunate, but it may be better for... Oh, he's just checking Crossway.
Darks. And Dark Beam found in Power Chamber by Team Hotdog.
That is wave locked. Wave is pretty deep in the logic.
Wow, yeah.
So Leno's also not going to get Dark Beam for a while, and Dark and Light Beam both are really important for routing mid to late game echoes. Missing one of them just makes you have to take really weird paths all around the world.
Yeah, it is one of the things I do like about Axis, is missing kind of one of your key items does actually let you do a decent amount, but it often makes everything a little bit harder.
It can result in some really interesting seats, but when you're on the bad end of missing parts of the chain, and you're heavily
doesn't feel good
inconvenienced
in a
for
race.
your opponent isn't. Yeah.
So, DF without Varia and or Thermal to get through Frigate doesn't technically have a ton in logic, but with being able to head to Farchozo and do bar skip, pretty much has access to the entire game. So I would expect DF to be pretty much starting to enter kind of full clear mode here. Is this going to be Flogger playing? Yeah, looks like it. Showing off a cool BSJ strat to climb the room.
Yeah, nice BSJ. Prime 1 BSJs, like Prime 1 instant unmorphs in general, are a lot more finicky. So...
Yeah, the camera is a lot less likely to be kind of out of position where you're going to get the instant unmorph, except for in very particular places.
Yeah, I considered Prime 1 BSJs a lot more impressive than Prime 2.
Okay, Leno does go back, and Space Jump is acquired. And also, I presume, the super missiles. So that is good progress towards the PhailGuys catching up here.
Yeah, Shy Guy's got his supers as well. I don't know if we got... I'm sure DF must have checked the main plaza tree. I'm sure he passed it again at one point. I don't remember it was there, but it probably wasn't important.
Yeah, I didn't see it either.
Okay, so we've got a Sky Temple key for Aaron in main reactor. I didn't see specifically what she did to get in, but you can screw attack. You can screw attack into that hole that you're supposed to exit through, so you can skip having to do the whole boost and spider puzzle for that room. You can also, if you're really good, you can like do an instant morph into it without screw attack as well. It's a fair bit harder.
Yep, there's a roll jump method too, which is my preferred if I don't have screw attack, but I say preferred in a very loose sense because I don't like doing that.
I think the roll jump was what I was thinking of, yeah.
I think there is some sort of scan dash into an instant morph too.
Yeah, so I will say thank you to chat for catching a lot of the stuff that is hard to follow on our screens.
Much
Very
appreciated.
helpful.
Yeah, this is the first time I'm trying to watch 4 screens at once, and it is more than twice as hard as watching 2, as it turns out. Erin working her way through reverse labs. Meanwhile, where is Leno going?
Okay. So, I think Shy Guy must have figured out that something was in Upper Furnace. Couldn't see what it was. Turns out it was Sonic Boom.
Ah, okay. Leno's just cleaning up the Amber hints. That's right, because of Amber being a bit later. Lino didn't get all the amber hints, so I was making a quick little tour through Aegon here to get the information.
All right, so Dark Visor on Flogro.
Wow. Well, yeah, good call from DF checking that then. Plant being a pretty slow check here. Often people like to put it off. But I think, especially from Team Hotdog side, I think they like to generally approach it where Prime is going to want to basically full clear the game due to the lack of hints. So I think DF is usually going to be fighting these major bosses before leaving their areas.
Yeah. So MST doing the trick jumps and crossfight was pretty close to getting that suit for Lino.
Yep,
Does Lino still not have an E-Tank?
Oh my gosh, nope. Nice health though.
So that suit is going to be pretty important for him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially once you get outside of Aegon, traversing without Dark Suit or a number of E-Tanks is pretty scary.
Yeah, we have a dungeon, we have an artifact in the dungeon, so Light Suit's going to be required for the Echoes players.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of keys on Light Suit checks. It feels like almost every seed, Light Suit, Dark Visor have been required for the Echoes player.
Sunburst and Sunjammer, I like that.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, Sunburst is just one of the most useless beam combos. Well, it's got niche uses on like Emperor Eye and Grapple Guardian, but
yep,
that's like really hard to use properly. It's really useless for bombless bomb slots.
TF getting trolled by this piston here.
Okay, MST is having trouble with the crossway jumps, unfortunately.
Yeah,
I think he okay, so Prime 1 movement mechanics are pretty hard to understand. I can't fault him for it too much. But I think he, you have to read, a whole essay on, how to L-jump properly. L-jump and R-jump.
Yeah, there's something with this one where, in the little cubby, you need to have, almost no vertical momentum. So you need to time your space jump so that you hit the peak of it right as you're level with that kind of cubby hole. There you go, nice.
Varia in the battleground playing in cache.
Ooh, that's a pretty nasty location.
So that's Varia's behind Flogger. That's kind of vanilla, right?
Yeah, true. But yeah, that busts the game wide open for DF. Can pretty much almost full clear at this point. Only thing we even have X-Ray. Yeah, we're really not looking for anything other than logically thermals needed for some things, and then Phazon Suit obviously for Phazon Mining Tunnel and to beat the final bosses.
Yeah, I can't remember. I feel like I saw a hint in Echoes for one of the suits, and I don't remember where that hint said it was. But I might be making this up too. It might be knowable where Light Suit is right now.
Yeah, that'd be really good information.
But I'm not entirely sure. We do know that it's required, essentially, unless I don't know if Aaron has ever done the out of bounds for light suitless Darkwater. Those ones are really, really bad.
I think she has done them, but I don't think is race comfortable with them.
Okay, she has. Okay, I figured that if she hadn't done one thing, that would have been it. But it's pretty terrible. I guess what we don't have for that kind of thing is the E-tanks.
Yeah, it's actually a little unfortunate for Aaron. I think if DF had picked up that Dark Suit in Chozo, Aaron would probably be thinking about heading for SDK hints right now. with Prime pretty much being able to full clear, and Echo's having like a pretty good chunk of the game open, at least. And like honestly, with Erin's loadout, she could probably do a very large majority of the checks in this game as well, even with the items she's missing.
So I don't know if you've noticed this, but I feel like with the multi-pickup placement option, which lets the logic like place multiple items in the same sphere at once, I feel like that has led to a lot fewer energy tanks showing up early game. I'm not entirely sure if that's true, but I feel like that's been my experience with it. And so we have that setting on for multi-world here.
Actually, I hadn't really like mentally noted that to myself, but yeah, actually a lot of these seeds have been pretty unhealthy, at least starting out. And yeah, thermal visor in mine shaft. So the prime tracker is very nearly complete here, aside from the phase-on suit. And a major upgrade is an under temple access, which may well just be that phase-on suit.
Yeah,
in fact, can it be anything else?
That's good information to get when you basically got every other Prime 1 item.
Does Prime not have their boost ball?
Oh, I don't remember. Yeah, I guess not, actually.
Okay, so perhaps it's boost ball there then.
I know people have boost balls, so that was a hard one for me to think of.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually surprised that DF did not get the dark suit from Crossway. I would have thought that he would have looked at it being in the area. I don't know if he forgot or something.
Now, that wasn't pre-spaceship, was it?
No. He had spaceship a lot earlier
Yeah.
than Shy Guy did.
Beam related upgrade in Devout Shrine. So it could be an ammo, but yes, could be our Annihilator beam. Prime at least starting to get a few E-tanks here. Bueno still, unfortunately, is only sitting on 100 health. They're making the play into Torvis. Will we see the fabled progression in Underground Tunnel? Or... oh, she's going to go straight for the fight. So, one of the things that came up during our seeding round is that Torvis Temple can crash on you sometimes. In vanilla, the Emerald Gate that we have below here doesn't exist until you do the pirate fight, but for kind of the purposes of the logic, that gate is there even before you do the fight, and that extra object here makes this room a little bit unstable.
Oh,
So-
Shy Guy's trying to sequence break Harbor Chamber. I know this is like the one out of bounds he can do. If he manages to do it, he's gonna sequence break Wave Beam, which
nice.
I think is gonna be fairly helpful.
He fall though?
He might have fallen. Yeah.
Can't really tell where he is.
No,
RA's...
he's
sorry, good.
he's stuck in the collision in the top of Harbor Chamber. I guess he's soft-locked. That's unfortunate. I don't know if he's going to try that again, and it would have been really good for him if he'd gotten it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because otherwise it has to go all the way back to the Far Chozo and then come back here.
Okay, so chat saying we found Echo Visor in Chozo Ice Temple.
Okay. Doesn't do a whole lot for us without Annihilator. Does let us climb up main research into ATS.
Yeah, it's like the one thing. There's like one or two things you can do with it without Annihilator. Are we mostly out of places for like unknown major items to be found. We're still looking for Annihilator, I guess, and we suspect Phazon suit was at. I don't remember where the hint said the major upgrade was.
Under Temple Access was a major upgrade. I actually think it's more likely to be Boost.
Oh yeah,
cursed enough of a location to be Phazon to me.
Yeah, okay, fair enough. I forgot again that Prime 1 doesn't have boost yet.
Yep. Echoes is missing super missiles and their Cobalt translator and their grav boost.
Okay, so we're missing quite a few things.
Mm-hmm.
I can't read the tracker resolution on the comm stream, so the trackers we're using though are screen captured Rainovania auto trackers that the runners have up. So it does free up some space in the volunteer end.
Yeah, it's very nice not to have to track 4 people. Didn't quite see what that was in Fen Canyon, but DF has no interest in it. Leno is checking Sank entrance. This has been a very popular spot for random stupid bits of progression to be, especially with the multi-pickup placement setting.
Yeah, Leno's got to be a bit careful here with the 0 E-tanks.
Ooh, true, yeah.
I think these guys' grenades do 40 damage, and if they blow up Phazon crates in your face, that's 80 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And there we go. This is exactly what happened. Yeah, that's too bad.
Leno had saved. I don't know quite how far back it is, although honestly this probably wasn't too far back at all if there was no items kind of in the backlog.
Yeah, he just decided to do GFMC loop.
Mm-hmm.
He got the hint in Fortress Transport Access, which I didn't catch what it was, but just have whatever information that had.
Like MST might be heading for reverse flogger here. Yep. So that will be Dark Visor for Leno, which in turn could eventually be that Varia suit, although fortunately Leno is not going to be terribly close to Battleground when this Dark Visor arrives.
Yeah, I actually wanted to point out with their, execution kind of disadvantage in this matchup, something like Dark Visor on Flogger is really bad for PhailGuys, with him being behind it all, because you want, like if you're behind the other team, you want to be able to catch up by then doing a bunch of really time-wasting dead checks.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that they also have to do Flogger means they have much less opportunity to catch up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's tougher too with, especially with the CGC seats tending to run a bit longer than the individual randos. That just adds even more time for the little bits of execution to add up.
Alright, so I don't know if we've seen Wind Chamber check before.
I don't think Aaron's been out for this late Temple Grounds cleanup yet. Yeah, actually, that Dark Visor is interesting. Yeah, that might prompt Leno when he heads back to Sank entrance to actually continue through, because we do have both Seekers and will have Dark Visor. So can actually get in the intended way to Sanctuary.
Oh, so yeah. Did we kind of gloss over Aaron doing the out of bounds for the Taurus Temple fight earlier? 'Cause I think he mentioned it, but
yeah, I talked a little bit about it. Yep.
Yeah. So if you getting rid of that fight trigger takes out the invisible wall that blocks the way to Lower Torvus. That out of bounds is used a lot in speedruns to like sequence break from Agon to Torvus directly via the shortcut elevator without having to necessarily have seekers or super missiles to get out from like underneath the bottom of the temple. So it's a really, really common trick for like Echo's 100% and various routes and stuff. So
yep. Yeah, it's very good in Rando because there's pretty much 4 different things you can do with it with that one secret world. So it is pretty common to see people using it.
So Lino is making another attempt at Sank entrance, and is going to get Dark Visor right as he's going this direction.
There will be some route divergence and different checks, which could be a good thing, especially if something like supers are here. But we'll be leading Leno away from the Varia suit. Now let's see, so MST needs to... Does MST know bar skip and all that?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay, because with bar skip, you could, as soon as MST picks up all those beams, could probably still be able to clear most of the game except Magmore.
I don't know if he wants to do bar skip, but
fair.
If it's a good enough idea, I think he will probably be okay with doing it.
Mm-hmm. Grab boost. Okay. Grab boost for Aaron in a Putrid Alcove there. Pretty handy to have, especially if we head down to the Lower Torvus after this.
Yeah, it's good to find that in Torvus itself.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have it coming in here. Huntering is kind of being mean. Least favorite enemy in the game, personally.
For sure. That's a goodie tank, though. Not sure with this health if Aaron will want to go for the Lower Torvus wall crawl. Can't stay in the Dark World and get to Lower Torvus from Upper Dark Torvus. But with this much health, the atmosphere might be a little scary doing that wall crawl.
Okay, does Leno want the Sank entrance item? I can't see what it is at all, but he did shoot out all of the like rubble with the Vigilance turret. I guess he's not getting it.
No, he's turning around, so not going to head into Sank proper with the Dark Visor.
Yeah, I'm actually surprised. I think that could have been a really good advantage for them if he chose to do that. Maybe it's not a thing that you think of that often. Like, it's actually quite rare that you enter Sank that way in a randomizer. You need Dark Visor and you need Seekers. It just doesn't come up very often. This path is very slow. The Agon Sank path is super fast.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Interslice. Nobody reads that hint. It never happens. I read it last weekly.
I will often try to full clear hints if I'm only missing one thing.
It's that that's a really bad hint, though.
Yeah, very out of the way. Particularly if you've already done the check and there's not. Even
Cobalt is usually the hardest translator to find as well, so it's extra bad. Yeah,
luckily, Emerald and Amber do both open up checks early and tend to get placed early, but yeah, Cobalt doesn't do anything for you until you have a decent amount of access through Sank, and therefore tends to get placed pretty late.
Yeah, and it like logically locks 3 things. It's one of the ways of getting out of Sanctuary Temple as well, potentially, but there's a bunch of other items that can also do that. Okay, so Aaron warped to start out of Upper Dark Torvus and is just going to she's going Hall of Honor dead, and then she's probably going to go check Sky Temple key hits from here.
Yeah, it's a bit. It's less health than I would be comfortable with having to do it. Actually, I don't even think it's realistic to do a mana base. You're gonna take so much damage from the Ink Claws.
Yeah, you're right. I totally overlooked that. I forgot she doesn't have Dark Suit, so never mind. Yeah, if she had Super Missiles, then maybe, but Super Skip, you're taking a lot of Ink Claw damage. That's not reasonable. Good catch. Not going back to Upper Taurus from here, though, so I wonder what the plan is for her.
Maybe a phase on grounds check? Not sure.
Yeah, she said. Oh, she's headed in that direction. Could be.
Imagine not checking Thardus. Yep, couldn't be me.
The DF's got Plasma and Thermal, so should be a pretty comfy Thardus takedown.
Leno making the Torvis play here.
Shaka going Frigate.
Ooh.
Or is he just gonna go to Overgrown Cavern to back up Chozo from here?
Looks like it. Okay, this is good. This will be Plasma Beam.
Yeah, I forgot he hadn't gotten that yet. Yeah, I kind of wanted to see Frigate from them for like Divergence's sake, but it is gonna be more helpful for them to do this probably.
Yeah, and from the front, MST can't even do Frigate yet until wave.
Oh, that's right. I forgot he didn't get the Arbor Chamber sequence break.
Unfortunately, yep.
I see. Like, I also don't know if he's gonna want to go back there after fighting Plasma, because he's gonna know it's gonna be a massive disadvantage for something good to be there. He might run out of. He's probably gonna run out of things to do, but that's not gonna feel good.
Just Dark Camo on Thardus, so a little bit of a waste of time there. But yeah, definitely good to be thorough in Prime.
I often said that I don't like Prime 1 Randomizer as much because I think the map connectivity is a lot better in Echoes. I like the amount of information that we get to play with in Echoes and the additional complexity of like having more items to look for and they do different things and such.
Yeah.
But
okay.
Yeah, but like what you're saying, being thorough in Prime 1, a lot of Prime 1 checks are just in lines that you do throughout the world. And it's going to be hard to get back to them if you isolate stuff. In Echoes, there's a lot of ways to reroute things back in, more so, I think.
Yeah, Thardus in particular is very far from landing site by pretty much any route. Ooh, we're gonna see some bar skip from MST here.
Yep. This is a tricky one.
Yeah, pretty tricky BSJ here. We'll let you skip this gate.
Oh, it's not a BSJ.
Or sorry, not BSJ. Double bomb jump. Yeah, EVJ.
You want to just be able to squeeze over that top bar. So you generally like don't want to go max height, because you'll probably bonk if you do that. But it's tough to get your ball to maneuver exactly the way that you want it to.
Yeah, you have to time the forward momentum right so that you're moving forward when you get to the top, but not bonk into the gate as you're heading up because it'll kill all your momentum.
The other thing that sucks about this is if you don't have boost ball, one, you can't open the gate after you do it, so you might have to do it again later. And two, Boost Ball helps you a lot. Once you wedge in that top bar, it helps you push through more often.
Yep, I
So
can
the
turn
trick's
a
harder
near
without
miss into a hit.
Okay, Erin going front of sync. She did not do phase on grounds, I believe. But she is going to be able to continue forward through sync. I feel like she will continue on and check the rest of sync that way. Especially since she like basically doubled back out of Torvis.
About this, I am kind of surprised MST is going for this before the beams. I think the only thing this does is reverse frigate.
Oh, you're right. He didn't do Becca Chizu.
Okay,
Or
he's gonna...
he did. No, he did, but he didn't do Hall of the Elders.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if maybe he's trying to cut that corner until he can route it back in while having plasma, which is going to work against him. But
DF
looks
showing
like he's
some
going back.
Prime 1 out of bounds here. Training chamber?
Training chamber. What's in training chamber? Or is he going for... Oh, he's going for magma. Cool. Okay, interesting. I haven't seen that routing before, but I guess that's the fastest way. Like if you're in main plaza and you want to check training chamber, it's faster. It's probably faster to do that than to like go forwards through Chozo.
Yeah, and I don't think DF has boost yet, so if training chamber was important, that would have been the only way to pick it up.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, ceiling warping in from out of bounds.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably the better reason to do it. I honestly, I keep forgetting the Prime 1 players don't have boost.
Mm-hmm.
I just cannot. It's kind of unfortunate too, because Prime 1's boost has no cooldown, so it's a lot fancier. Go zoom zoom.
I'll be curious for the interview how different Erin's routing would have been if she had the dark suit. Especially like in Torvis, I think we would have seen that lower Torvis wall crawl because of the major upgrade that was hinted. Actually, this might be a play. She might actually head to the statue skip.
Yeah, that's a bad miss for them, because like I would think DF would have routed it back in at some point if he'd realized that he forgot it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like DF thinks that he checked it, or maybe he did look at it, thought it was a missile. I have done that before, but like I don't know, the dark suit, the orange glows in the dark suit are really, really big, so I don't know. But it's a bad miss for them because they're essentially going to need it for dungeon. So I wonder if that could change the outcome of this race.
Mm-hmm.
If they think they did it, he has to remember to go back and look at it.
Yeah, because they will need that dungeon one unless Erin does try to go for the dungeon out of bounds. Saving in these cross-game races can be pretty good. Even if you don't expect to die, if you have to soft-lock yourself somewhere, or if you want to go do some checks that put you kind of in the middle of nowhere, you can quit back to a save station.
No. Shy Guy always says the saves are for the weak, but the thing I've noticed when he says that is that I feel like it tends to more apply to other people. It's like a double standard.
I think Leno might be starting to run out of ideas without this dark beam. Which actually, remind me where that was? Phil? Shy Guy's going for this wall crawl again. This could be our wave beam.
Yeah, he was so close to plasma and he didn't get it, and now he's doing this again. That's actually really funny. He's doing the thing that plasma would have got him anyway. Oh, he got it this time, so he's gonna
Very
get
nice.
Wave Beam.
Nicely done there.
It's so fortunate that that door is the blue door on the other side, that you can just walk out of it instead of it being plasma locked on the other side. So he's going to know Wave Beam is behind Plasma. He's going to know it's the last in the chain of beams, basically. But that is going to let him... It might entice him more back to... Where was... Oh yeah, he's going to get Dark Beam from Life Giver Room. Tower Chamber.
Oh, that's where it was. Yeah,
Wave
Tower
Beam.
Chamber.
So that's really good for getting them back on track, even though he missed Plasma. I guess Wave like really is the more beneficial short-term thing for PhailGuys to get.
Now DF going for the reverse bar skip.
Yeah, this is harder, and he just doesn't. No problem. You have to like balance on that stupid ledge on the outside, and then I think the bars are like. I'm not entirely sure, but I think the bars are like. They're angled like jutting outwards on the other side. I'm not sure if that's true or not. Is it easier? Oh, is it like
once you're in the air, it's more lenient, but the setup is a little bit harder. So it kind of it depends on kind of your preference.
Okay, I gotcha. So I felt super cool when I did it, but now I don't.
They're still both quite difficult. Ooh, there are supers for Echoes in Life Grove. That's an excellent find. So now Aaron definitely has the means to check hints. Could even just save warp here out of Sank. Save, then save warp.
Yeah.
Would not surprise me at all if she did
That's really good timing. So I know Aaron, when watching my tourney matches in the last Echoes tourney, I made this play a lot where I warped to start out of the gyro save station as a way of like not committing to Sank and then like saves coming, and it's like if I wanted to go somewhere else and then realized I wanted to do Sank instead, I just reset back here. So I know she liked me doing that play. I feel like she might just go and use the save, check hints, and then come back to it.
Yep, I think this makes a ton of sense. And yep, looks like that's what we're going to be seeing.
Oh, yeah, we're also seeing DF do attempt boostless Life Grove Spinner, which the old low percents did it that way. I have absolutely no idea how it works.
I remember there's one that I can... So it's different with and without gravity, and there's one that I know I can do, and I never remember which one it is. And the other one's kind of dumb.
Oh, it's different with I guess that kind of makes sense, but... I'm also not sure if... I want to say that if you don't get it, like if you don't get the setup for that boostless spinner right away, you can't get it, but I'm not sure if that's true or not.
Yes, one of them you have to kind of get nudged by the thing as it's the pillar as it's rising out of the water. The other one you have infinite tries at. I don't remember which one's which.
I remember it was something when I was trying to do 22% that I just could not figure out how to do. So yeah, looks like he's going to miss out on that check. They're probably, like Hotdog is probably feeling pretty good about where they're at in terms of items, because now Aaron's got super missiles. I think Prime 1 might not need a boost. Yeah, we're still looking for Phazon, because boost is probably the hinted item.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't... DF skipped Life Grove Tunnel, not wanting to do the half-pipe bomb jumps. So that is really the only thing that's kind of hard locked by boost. The upper elite research item is pretty bad without boost, but it's also doable. Nice Seekers.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, so the bomb jumps in Life Grove Tunnel to avoid the half-pipe. It's good that he got them, because they're really scary. Like, if you fall on the half-pipe, it's so difficult to get out. It's one of those, like, stupidly hard low percent tricks.
Oh, true. Plasma processing is extremely bad without boost.
Yeah, extremely bad. I feel like I'd wall crawl if I had the option instead of doing the inbounds.
Why is that door not getting... What? DF trying to check this item by shooting the door through the force field, but for some reason the shot was just not going through.
You have to shoot in the windows to the side because the force field is actually like fully vertical. It looks like there's gaps in the force field, but there actually aren't.
Supers was boost locked, which means I think it does have to be phase-on suit in lower Torvus. Because it can't boost. Because supers were in Life Grove.
Oh.
Since supers are locking that major upgrade, so I think at that point there's nothing left but phase-on suit.
Remind me what room... Oh, under temple access. Yes, okay. Yes, logically super locked. Okay. Yeah, if that's phase-on suit, they're in really good shape. Aside from the dark statements, actually. I keep forgetting about that.
Yep, and then they'll need Annihilator as well.
I find it really funny that Leno is, like, just now getting around to doing Incash 1 because of the light dark beam. It's like... No, it's normally such an early game. Like, you're probably doing it 25 minutes in Dark Labs, but... The dark beam miss was kind of rough for them.
Yeah, this was a pretty difficult seed to route. A lot of pretty long logic chain for some of the main items that kind of open up the seed. Wave Beam and Dark Beam in particular. Even this Varia suit was pretty bad too, behind the Dark Visor on Chica. There is Varia for and Plasma. Okay, so yeah, MSD has quite a good equipment package loadout here now.
So I think chat's saying that main gyro chamber in STK, or yeah, main gyro chamber would require Annihilator to be found.
Oh no, DF. So DF using the X-ray found a suit in Upper Elite Research, and so it's going to have to do this awful boost spinner manip. This takes forever.
I love seeing this on Restream though. It's so funny.
DF will be here for a few minutes, pretty much continually rolling into the spinner at a certain angle, and then switching the direction you're holding can get you a little bit can make the ball kind of roll a little bit, which in the game's terms is as good as using boost. Well, but a quarter as good as using boost.
Yeah, it's specific spinners that works on. A lot of them it doesn't, and you can't do anything. For boostless like plasma processing, like specifically the third spinner going up the room, you can do it too.
Yeah, David's actually making quick work of this. Already 2/3 of the way there.
He probably has experience doing this stuff. It's one thing that frustrates me about doing this boostless spinner is if the camera is being weird on your way getting spit out the spinner, you can fall off.
Yeah, that might be enough. And yeah, this must be an Echo suit, so this will be very good for Aaron.
He checked out with X-ray, yeah. Right as Aaron goes face first into some ink claws. Good timing.
Cobalt Translator.
Warriors Walk, Cobalt Translator. That's behind Echo Supers, which is behind Boost. So
yeah,
Boost is not behind Cobalt.
Okay.
Cobalt doesn't lock very much though, so that doesn't really mean much.
Yep, but it does mean that as long as Aaron has the Annihilator, she should be able to find a hint for it. And if DF has it, DF's honestly relatively close to already having full cleared the seed, so DF should be finding it pretty shortly as well. As long as that crossway check wasn't actually forgotten.
Yeah, good point. That's it.
Wow.
Elite control access, Prime 1 boost ball. I have seen it there in a few Prime 1 seats.
Yeah, you rolled a good one here, Loki. The nice thing about the multi-worlds is the ceiling for bad seeds is even higher when items can be in terrible places in 2 different worlds. I'm sure we will find some absolute stinkers over the course of this tournament.
I can't wait. Yeah, so we're doing 5 round Swiss into top 8, like normal for the Prime random tourneys. We're doing 2 weeks per round this tournament to kind of accommodate 2v2 scheduling. It's harder to schedule for 4 people at the same time, so give people more time to get their matches done.
Yeah, we've got a good mix of EU and North American folks, which also makes the scheduling a little bit more difficult. Need tank here in PPC. DF wants it, but has no power bomb.
Yeah. Best is when you're in America, your partner is in EU. I think that's your case.
Yep.
So have fun with that.
Hive key 2 in PCA. Leno doing the boost ball and spider strats to skip Torvus Grove, gets a peek at the island, decides he's not interested. That is such a nice strat to learn because that room is terrible vanilla. I don't know if I said Grove, but Plaza.
I didn't remember which one he said. I needed to, so I filtered it out mentally, but yeah, they're 2 very different rooms. Yeah, Torvus Plaza is terrible.
Grove is fine as long as you don't have the grapple pirate layer and crash. And heading up to Torvus Energy Controller, gets one more check and probably more importantly a hint up here.
Yeah, this is one of those really awkward super locked locations that you have to stumble your way back to.
Yeah, I sometimes want to almost wall crawl to this even some other. Oh, SDK. Okay, well, definitely wants to go here then. Suit and Dynamo works?
I don't think that said suit.
Yeah, that couldn't have said suit.
Key?
Beam.
No.
Oh.
Okay, so that's Annihilator.
Is that our no mode?
I don't think we know Phase on suit.
Phase on suit is under temple access.
Oh yes, okay. Maybe. Yeah, might finally be no mode.
So yeah, the only thing Team Hotdog are not aware of, or maybe are but haven't gotten, is the light suit and crossway.
Yeah, they probably should have been dark suit, but yeah, that's gonna be big. Whether they are aware they missed that or not.
One about to find the grab boost here in Peter Alcove. Definitely handy to have heading into Lower Torvus, which will be required later. It is kind of a pain navigating around there if you don't have it. Yeah, no, it turned out to be. I mean, part of it is Aaron and DF are very, very skilled and can make even pretty bad seeds look pretty jet. Because there were a lot of kind of doozy of item placements in here, but yeah, they are making good time here. I think DF's done most of Vendrana, right? In which case, yeah, there's really not many checks left in his seed.
Yeah. So Annihilator on Spider Guardian itself, I believe.
Oh, have we already seen the tunnel item?
Yeah, Aaron did pass. I didn't see it personally, but I know Aaron passed through it. I assume she would have at least tried to get a Peaked Annihilator there. So I'm assuming that Annihilator is actually on Spider Guardian.
Aaron does receive the grapple beam, which will give her the cool way to get into the Spider Guardian fight. We're going to use the Echo Visor, climb up the main research side.
Aaron got the info on Annihilator, right?
Yes, Aaron has, yeah, but from the fact that she's still scanning hints makes me think that they do not know that that second suit is available.
Right. Okay, so she is climbing Chute here to get up. He has to go to the Judgment Drop portal because the Watch Station portal is not open, because I don't think she ever went to Watch Station yet.
Yeah, I don't think she got past that save station. Hasn't been back here since.
But she's going up here, and I guess it's gonna like do the checks to route it into Spider Guardian at the end, get Annihilator from that.
Yep, makes sense.
I actually wonder. So we should mention about the how the timing is going to work. So it's average time we're using for this tourney, and I actually wonder if maybe that's why Aaron didn't check STK hits when she had the opportunity. Maybe is wanting to prioritize getting DF to get his finish faster rather than take the time to do her hits.
Yeah,
Because if you get one player to finish earlier, like until one player is done, you're both like on double time, basically double time counting. So
another thing that hopefully won't come up, but could actually in this race, is that if you do need to go back into your seed after completing final bosses, you will need to dot undone, and you cannot dot done again until you fight your final bosses again. So if DF does go ahead and try to kill Essence here, and Aaron does end up needing that suit, DF may end up needing to do final bosses twice.
yeah, that's a situation that you really want to avoid. It's a risk that you have to consciously make if you're going to decide to go mode your own game without knowing if your partner needs something from it. I think there's probably some race scenarios where you might want to take the risk because you don't think you're going to win otherwise. But we'll have to see how that pans out as the tourney goes on.
Is DF still missing artifacts? It's hard for me. I really cannot see the number on the artifact tracker there.
I was not at all even prepared to catch the hints at the start.
Yeah.
I think we might need to figure out some kind of system for that, because it's hard to read on the comm stream. Most important artifact, I think that was dungeon.
Oh, right, yeah. Okay, so DF can't end anyways. DF only has one artifact? Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, Lear. Oh, Lear was one. I remember. MST now finally with all the beams in hand is able to head through Fen here, pretty much full clear it. I don't remember there being actually terribly much interesting in Fendrana.
I was just trying to think of that myself.
Yeah. Maybe Thermal was here? I forget where Thermal was, but...
I wasn't... There's nothing in Canyon.
No.
No, Thermal was an Agate. I know because I saw the hint for that multiple times.
Oh, okay.
It was like one of those thanks game hints.
Hmm.
You get that hint, like it's long outlived its usefulness. Oh dang, DF missed the jump towards plasma processing door, but caught himself on the ledge. Didn't fall all the way down.
Oh, God. Woof. That's a bad spot for those. Luckily, we don't require mains in this tournament, so they have not been too heavily punished by that. But especially in Prime 1, it's nice to have the mains just because the drop system is fairly unreliable.
Yeah. So the big thing those are behind, I guess, is boost. So gotta go to phase on mines, grab boost, then come out before you're expected to do any power bomb checks. In Prime 1. Oh wait, yeah. Power bomb checks includes life grove. That's true.
Oh,
So,
true. God, you had to go all over the place. So plasma processing and mid mines to head back to Life Grove for Echo Supers. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, this is a really bad logic chain. I feel like in this seed, a lot of the really, really bad stuff was breakable.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Arbor Chamber was a strong play here, and then just using power bombs out of logic. Varia suit was relatively skippable if you're willing to do bar skip.
Finally get to see Prime 1 boost ball in all its glory though.
Okay, Under Temple.
Maybe he
First
just
lake.
write down the
Yeah, maybe not.
artifact hints. Or maybe he just like
Nice.
forgot the specific ones.
Interesting.
A Curse of Lake is not too bad once we've established that Dark Visor exists.
Mm-hmm. Yep, Aaron working on Spider Guardian. Get her Annihilator Beam, which in turn, I believe, unlocked a number of SDKs up here in Sank. Echo Annihilator locked.
Main Gyro, I think, is one I heard.
Oh, yeah. Well, DF I don't think has done Frigate, so I wonder if this is a Frigate play first. But yeah, if this is a Chozo play, then this is really good for Team Hotdog. And it looks like he is heading up.
Nobody wants to do Frigate. Oh wait, no, he did Frigate already. Frigate had Biohazard had Ice Spreader,
Oh, okay.
which I didn't mention at the time because it wasn't important, but I specifically remember that was there, so he did it already.
He is choosing to do Thardus. Can't blame me for this, but yeah, unfortunately, we won't be rewarded with anything good. Missile? No dark ammo.
What are PhailGuys waiting on? Like, it's something from Echoes, right?
Let's see. So yeah, MST now with that Varia has pretty good access everywhere. Leno is missing the supers. Well, so
Okay.
MST needs the boost ball to get the supers. Boost ball from mines.
Yeah, he is going to need that. I do not think he is going to do the Life Grove bomb jumps or the Life
No.
Grove tunnel bomb jumps.
That would be a last resort for me as well. It is pretty scary.
I'm just happy when I can get like the first one on the way in to avoid like having to do the boost half pipe, because that half pipe is like the worst half pipe ever, even if you have boost. So I'm just happy when I can get that. Leno doing the super cool, super old trick of aiming to get the Hive Dynamo Seeker locks.
DF was not heading to
side.
Crossway, though. DF was heading to Life Grove Tunnel. Which makes sense, because he hasn't done this yet, but... where does he go after this?
Yeah, I have to assume they forgot that he didn't do it. These are two good checks to go back for after boost, though. Like, for sure. So yeah, it's denser to do this. Yeah, that could be that they remember Crossway and that it's the better play to do this first because it's 2 items. But we'll see.
I just feel like if you remember that suit, you know you're in go mode. So like I don't think they'd be doing any of this.
I don't know if he went in the room to peek at the item.
Yeah,
is the thing, and that's the thing that, like, if you saw the suit and you just forgot it was there, that's easier to remember. If you forgot to go to Crossway and you never realized you forgot, like, there's nothing that's gonna really jog your memory of that because there's nothing memorable associated with it, I think. So
it's out of bounds. I'm not sure what this is for. Is this to get Cannonball again? I assume she never lost it. Huh.
Maybe. Does Aaron have Cobalt? Aaron has Cobalt, right? Yeah. She's scant hints.
Oh yeah, DF is just practicing this half-pipe bomb jump. I think they've forgotten this check.
That...
Oof.
They legitimately might lose this race because of this. And this is... I went over how good these two are at the start. They were very favored in this race. And there were a lot of seeds where missing a suit spot for Echoes is actually not going to matter. And this just isn't one of them.
We could see Aaron get desperate enough to go for the dungeon. Especially if that light suit's not forthcoming.
7 tanks. Maybe the cannonball is part of that.
Possibly.
If she's getting cannonball. This is the way that vanilla speedruns get cannonball.
I wonder where she lost it, because she got it late enough that there weren't really any cannons that were ever required.
Oh, she got it really early, I thought. I thought everyone got it really early.
She got it like after, like in Portal Terminal. So it was like she was able to, she had mining station access done and the bomb slot done. Which usually if you have those things, face jump and screw attack, you shouldn't really need to do cannons.
The other suit is in Elite Research. DF sequence broke it without boost ball. That is a thing that Shy Guy would be able to do. Like, it's not hard to do the boostless spinner. It's just really annoying and time consuming. If he sees it's worth it, then I think Shy Guy will do it. It depends on how he routes Phazon mines too, because you could theoretically go get boost ball from Elite Control access before going backwards through Elite Research. But oh wait, no, actually I don't expect Shy Guy to take that kind of route in Phazon mines, because to get through the Elite Research wall backwards, you have to boost through the sticky collision on the other side. If you don't expect to have boost ball, you're probably not going to risk doing the route that way.
Yeah, I often do like check the boombox, the Elite Control access item, even if I'm intending to head from PPC to the lower mines loop. Just pop over that one room, but yeah, sometimes I don't.
Oh yeah. I was thinking like if you're coming from front of mind. If you're coming from PPC, then yeah, that makes sense. Coming from Magmore PPC area.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe. I also actually don't know if he knows that you can boost through that wall. He might not know that. Okay, so Leno doing the watch station climb to instant morph into the bomb slot to get the portal open. Oh, he instant morphed at the spider track instead. That works too.
Could actually be a seed where if Aaron could fight Emperor Ring and Dark Samus to figure out where the heck the light suit is. Since I don't think were any STK's light suit locked, or is it just the artifact? Okay, so Team Hotdog have that out too if they get desperate enough. So Aaron could either go for dungeon. Yeah, we already know what that is. Is that a hint for Dark Burst? Thanks, game. I always love seeing hints like that when I'm desperately looking for one item, and it's like, seriously, you're gonna tell me about this and not my light suit? Thanks.
Can't believe he's selling out Team Hotdog for a pizza. It's just rude.
Okay, order a pizza.
Use the thermal visor to detect enemies in dark areas.
Aaron is out of bounds next to dungeon. This may be a play to sequence break this light suit.
Oh my goodness. Alright. I gotta be honest, I was not expecting something like this in the match going in. Yeah. But in this situation, it makes total sense.
Yeah, I mean, because after this, it'll be a simple cleanup.
Like seeing a Dark Water SDK done with that light suit is a treat, honestly. But this is so uncommon and specific and difficult.
Yeah, I've honestly never seen this, so I'm actually kind of curious what this looks like. The only one I've attempted to do Poison Bog, and it was a disaster, and I will not try it again.
So I know last year, I think last year was when Vertigo was like finding the out of bounds to get each of the Darkwater SDKs in vanilla echoes. It's like you could do like a max % no light suit challenge kind of thing. So the really scary thing about the Darkwater SDKs is basically the way the Darkwater works is I believe when you load the room, the game checks if you have light suit, and if you don't have light suit, then it loads a floor ceiling at the surface of the Darkwater. So she has to go back out of bounds to get out once she gets to SDK. She's going to be taking Darkwater damage outside of Morph Ball. So Cannonball is really helping with this. Reacquiring Cannonball the quote-unquote normal way via the glitch is really helping with this. To be able to nullify damage while morphing.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she only does need to complete the first part of this this break here. No need to actually get back out of bounds.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, she can just die. That's one of the great things about multi-world plays. You can have different plays actually work out because of the factor of not necessarily needing to get yourself out of the predicament.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this is actually a bit less scary than I thought. This is still really cool though.
Yeah. Oh, she got it. Nicely done, Aaron.
right, so they're in good shape. I believe she got Annihilator already. I think I think I saw her fighting Spider Guardian.
Yep, sure, as Annihilator.
So being able to do that, I think that puts them in go, right?
Yes.
It's a bit awkward that they missed an item. Like, they must know that they missed something somewhere, but can't think of it. But it's kind of awkward, like, couldn't really call a proper go bid for them. But they managed to make it work. I actually don't know if she still doesn't have STK hints, I don't think.
She scanned them, yeah.
Did she? Okay.
Yep. And she's up to 6, and DF has 4, so it's still 9 things for Aaron to track down, and that goes here. But I think the majority of them are in Torvis at this point.
Yeah, I totally missed her going to Sky Temple Gateway then. So what is Leno up to? Okay, so Hotdog. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Yeah, Hydro Chamber Storage artifact. Gotta fight Alpha Log. Or oh no, you don't have to. You can just do the BSJ to get out.
Yep. BSJ, grab boost. You can say see you later to Alpha Blog. And then, unless there is something that I have forgotten, then this will be the Phazon suit coming up once Aaron takes this portal.
Yeah, shoutouts to Disruptor, just giving you tons of ammo.
Mm-hmm. What a nice slope jump climb there of I don't even know what that name's called. That room's called.
Crypt.
Okay. And indeed, there is the Phazon suit.
I'm so jealous that I hinted Phazon suit. That's not fair.
I'm not sure there's any expansions DF can grab. I think DF has full cleared the seed except for the check he thinks he got in Crossway.
So, does Leno have Cobalt? I don't think Leno has Cobalt.
No, because I don't think Leno. Yeah, Leno doesn't have supers even, and Cobalt was Warrior's Walk.
Leno doesn't have supers. Well, supers are behind PhailGuys Boost Ball.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they're pretty far behind because of how the boost locked items were laid out.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
Hotdog got a ton of mileage out of DF skipping the half plate for Life Grove on the first go.
Yeah, that was actually pretty huge. Supers are very convenient to have in Echoes for routing purposes. DF being fun with beam combos.
I used to do this when I was a kid. Just like set the ship and fire off all the continuous beam combos. Then a refill. Artifact of Wild on the plant.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, Aaron prioritizing the artifact, which makes sense. Lets her teammate finish a little bit faster here. DF has 6 now, 3 to go. Oh, it looks like MST is sort of power bomb, trying to shoot the Geemer or Zoomer or whatever this is on the other side of the rock. You can get shots through the kind of right side there, and there's a one of those enemies has a 100% chance to drop a power bomb.
Yeah, that one's a saber since it dies to normal shots. I quite often wish that saber was on the other side, but it's a much better placement for casual players.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sunburst on Sun Chamber is pretty good.
We had some polls on the settings, and we had votes on like whether Prime 1 should be 6 artifacts or 9 or 12 or whatnot. It's normally just 6 artifacts in the Prime 1 tourneys, but because we have to, it is important to have a certain level of parity between the two games for this format, so we kind of just had some feelers on what people wanted. People did some test seeds and stuff. Transit tunnel south key. I think it's funny we have a transit tunnel south key because Erin, I believe, had 2 separate races in the Echoes tourney last year where she didn't have gravity boost and she had to wall crawl to get that key from out of bounds or get an item from their out of bounds when she had just learned the trick, basically.
Nice. Yeah, that's a really nice one to know. I wish Transit Tunnel East was better to get without gravity, because then I would be able to skip it pretty reliably, but a lot of times when there's something in one, there's something in the other. Or it just happens to pick East.
Is East possible, but just harder?
Yeah, I think you have to like get the room to kind of load around you or something like that.
If it's a load delay, then yeah. Load delay is one of the things that is like we decided by default is banned in these now.
Yeah, both Echoes players got the Alpha Blog skip.
Oh, I see a comment from Miguel that Leno 3BSJ'd it. That's kind of unnecessary, but it works. Shy Guy trying the Twin Fires tunnel dash. I still have no idea how to do that dash. Prime 1 is so hard.
I have like no idea how to move through Magmore. I know there's like ways to move good in each of these rooms, and I just kind of trudge my way through the lava.
It's an interesting preference to 3BSJ that. That's all I really mean. For Alpha Blog.
Yeah, it probably gives you a little bit more lenience as to like where in the room you start the trick, because sometimes like I start too far away because I don't want to bonk my head on the platform.
Actually, I think I'm gonna see if I can.
Quick.
Sorry, I cut you off, but I think I'm gonna try to see if I can switch audio to Aaron.
Sure.
Because DF is just sitting there. And it took me
That
like
makes sense.
10 minutes to realize that. I was just kind of vibing to the Talon music.
Aaron's now up to 7 SDKs. DF, I believe, also at 7 artifacts. And we got the Defiled Shrine was an artifact. I think the Curse Lake might be the last one.
If she didn't get a Cursed Lake, then I'm not sure why she's going this direction first. War Ritual Grounds?
Oh, no, maybe a Curse Lake was a Echoes one. No? Okay, no.
No, Curse of the Lake was a Prime artifact. Oh. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they calculated that it works out better this way. For her to take the extra time and the back and forth later, but like if this routing gets the 9 artifacts at a sooner time than the other one was, but makes Aaron take longer to finish the end of the game, maybe that's the reasoning that she's doing it this way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it can be a tricky balance, figuring out what the like optimal endgame routing is, especially when it's kind of all on one player like this.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's correct or if she routed that way on purpose or not.
Oh, there's still 2 left. Yeah, I'm not sure what the second artifact left is. Yeah, it's pretty much just like you have to pick up all the things at some point anyway. So like you as Echoes will never be able to fight final bosses any earlier. But if you get the artifacts first, then the Prime 1 player can start sooner. With the caveat that, yeah, if you prioritize it too much in such a way that it takes you way longer to get yours, then that can kind of counteract that. I almost don't want to say where the light suit was until Aaron sees it in the credits.
Credits moved fairly fast, I think.
Yeah.
So won't be too long.
I think I will enjoy her reaction to DF.
I fully expect like the first thing they come in. The first thing they say when they come in for the interview is going to be hot dog.
Yeah.
Or nice hot dog. Probably nice hot dog.
All right, there are final bosses. Starting up for DF.
So, DF did have to wait at a distance away from the Fardoran temple lobby, so that he didn't have Artifact Temple loaded yet. So you have to reload the temple once you have all the artifacts. If you receive your last artifact from Multiworld while you have it loaded, it won't count, I believe.
There's a thermal visor for MST coming from Leno. Looks like MST did pick up the boost ball, but is choosing to do the lower mines loop. That will delay Leno's supers here.
That's unfortunate, but this is like less doubling back, so I can see why he'd do that.
I wonder if Leno knows the statue skip, because that might actually be a pretty strong play here, especially if Leno grabs the Annihilator up in Sank and then can backdoor into Lower Torvus. I don't think really any of the...
I'm pretty sure he knows it.
Yeah. I don't think supers were like really required for much this seed besides logical access to Lower Torvus, so that statue skip pretty much gets you past everything. You'll never get Cobalt, but that might not be a problem. Well, no, we do have to fight Spider Guardian, don't we? Gosh, this seed is rude. You just like every next progression is like as far away from whoever just picked something up as it can be.
Yeah. It got rude towards the end, but it's like it's only rude if you miss things at a particular time.
Hmm. Is this Inkesh too? That would make sense with the Annihilator being kind
Did
of
I miss?
blockade.
It was the E-dash Miguel's talking about. Was that doomed entry?
I didn't see if Leno got the Annihilator hint. I forget actually where that was.
I believe it was a Cobalt hit. So
Unfortunate.
So yeah, that sucks. And like Spider Guardian is another thing that if you know you're the lower execution team, you're gonna want to.
Ooh, we got some
skip it if
Airy coming
possible.
up.
I have not seen Airy come up in a long time, honestly.
Yeah. Randomania doesn't seem to like to put stuff here, which I don't really understand why. Because normally you would think like a check with like a high number of requirements would almost be like more likely to have something late game progression wise, but yeah, it just doesn't seem to happen for this one.
I remember when we had the confusing hint debacles where hints can both proximity hints can both count Airy transport station, or sorry, like no, they can both count Airy access as a room in the chain and also skip over it.
Oh, weird.
Because you pass through it on the path where you haven't fought DS2 yet, but if you fought DS2, then the pathing counted Airy transport station directly to Airy as a valid room transition.
Ooh, yeah, that's tricky.
So it was kind of misleading as to where some of the items were at some points. I think that might have been fixed, I'm not sure, but that was the last memorable thing I saw to do with Airy. And Dark Samus very weak to Dark Beam.
Yep, Leno did a good job there. Made pretty quick work of that fight.
DF making quick work of Metroid Prime XO with Ice Spreader Supers.
Aaron getting trolled a bit by the Echo puzzle here. There we go.
Oh, she's doing Profane Path. Yeah, that's one of those is terrible for some reason.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, especially if the pirate is anywhere near it, the Annihilator Beam will helpfully home in on it and not hit what you were aiming at. T-on-2 OP. Be heading into upper almost got upper sank, upper phase on mines after this. Going for the oh good.
No, you go ahead.
Just saying, going for the super missile one cycle here. See if he gets it. Or super should do it, but yeah, go ahead.
So I think the policy we're following for Cross Game Cup as far as restreaming is we're not necessarily going to cover the trailing team's finish if they choose to finish. So we'll see if they continue, or if they decide to forfeit after they see the finish. But at this point, I think, yeah, Aaron's not going to be too too far behind DF with final bosses.
Yeah, that sounds right, Captain. I think, yeah, 30 minutes after the first finish would be the end of the restream, even if the PhailGuys has not been able to finish by that point.
Okay, thanks. 30 minutes. I couldn't remember exactly what it was. Okay, Leno going to Hive Ammo Station is hilarious. I guess he's making the quad play after this, but I don't remember the last time I saw this room. That is the finish for DF 158.41.
Yeah, Aaron should not be too far behind with the Echo's final bosses being much quicker.
He says, what a bad seed, oh my god. Seeing a bunch of boss fights at the same time. So for Prime 1 it was seeing the Prime fight and OP. Now for Prime 2 we've got Emperor-ing and Quadraxis. This Cannonball is really, really helping with Aaron's Chrysalis fight.
I think she actually doesn't have Cannonball, because she quit out of Dungeon.
Oh, no, you're probably right. Yeah, no, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is actually, pretty good fight here, not having Cannonball.
Yeah, it was that good that I thought she was Cannonball. She was, I didn't see her, like, really getting knocked about, so I was thinking of her still having Cannonball.
Oh no, Lenon's on quad. Was one of the quad-related hints Cobalt? That's unfortunate. Leno wasn't able to get the information that this isn't valuable.
That's a pretty good EI3 finish.
Yeah, two screw taxes. Pretty good. And we'll see if DS3 cooperates.
So I think she's going to do 25 annihilator shots just before the threshold, before she goes to DS4. So you still want to get her to do an attack in the DS3 phase after she lands from these phase 1 beam attacks. You can try to screw attack her, and then as long as she doesn't go to the center, you can basically keep trying to screw attack her until her health runs out.
Oh, that looked pretty good. Yep, almost
really good.
One more will do it if... Yep, alright. That should be a good setup. And time.
2:02:06 official race time for Aaron. So the average is out to like just a little bit over 2 hours. Obviously they both finished first, so they walk away with the victory.
And welcome to Aaron and DF. Congratulations.
Nice death at the start, by the way. I just ran into Scarabs for no reason.
think
Oh, that's what happened.
Yeah, I kind of, like, I went back to the Ruined Gallery area to check the Morphball tunnel, and I just kind of forgot there were scarabs in that room, and I walked right into them.
Oops. That was kind of a bad, like I was talking about, in multi-world, it's not always that bad to die, because you get to keep the stuff that your partner got, but you still had to go get your own Morphball and your bombs, so that kind of sucked.
Yeah. It wasn't that bad, at least, but...
Yeah, the progression chain in the sea was pretty rude. Just like every time someone got something, the next thing was like as far away in that world as possible.
Yeah, the progression for that kind of sucked. Like DF and I, we were talking about how that boost ball and phase on mines leading to the supers, which blocked everything in Lower Torvis and the Annihilator Beam hints, and the Cobalt needed to get Annihilator Beam logically. It was pretty rude. If you didn't know some of the tricks, this seed could take like up to like 3 hours or more. It's pretty long.
This seed was, I didn't really like this seed.
Yep.
Was Lightsuit found? People know where Lightsuit is?
I am looking forward to your reaction when you see it in the credits, honestly.
I forgot about the credits.
There did Lightsuit skip in the first race of the tournament.
I'm just glad it was a dungeon and it wasn't for me, so I didn't have to do air underwater to get out. But I've actually never done the clip to get in bounds without gravity boost. I didn't assume it would be any different, but apparently it was, because I almost softlocked like 3 times. I said I almost had a heart attack in the chat, and that was me. So Miguel, I had no reason to get out.
There's a couple things I've learned. Like, I did the training chamber wall crawl because I thought it would be faster, but it was slower to do that.
Yeah, I thought you were doing it because it might have been faster, but then Baja pointed out that like you might have been trying to ceiling warp into training chamber if there was something there, and you like couldn't get it without boost or something.
I can get out without boost.
Or no, like getting in without boost, I think is the problem. I don't remember. Maybe I'm wrong about that.
I also just kind of messed around for the last 30 minutes because Aaron forgot where ritual grounds and had a lot of keys to get.
Oh yeah, I saw you go back for a couple of hits that you didn't have after dying.
He mentioned a cursed lake at the beginning, but that was one I didn't write down. And DF didn't write it down either, so we kind of noticed towards the end. I was like, oh, we're missing one of your things written down. What is it? And couldn't remember, so we just made him go back. It's not like it wasted any time anyway.
Yeah. MST fired the laser at the wall in Elite Research, but did not pick up the light suit.
That's
36. Okay, I wasn't looking at the credits. Where was it? I never look at the spoiler in the
Crossway.
Crossway?
Wait, Crossway had
DF?
I guess I never looked at Crossway.
Yes! You gotta be kidding me! Nice throw!
What do you mean, throw?
Throwing.
I checked Crossway.
I thought you checked Crossway. You sat around and you fired Wave Buster and Landing Site for like 30 minutes.
I think I was thinking about the last seed we did. Honestly, that's probably what it was.
Nice hot dog.
Yeah.
We did a warm-up seed before this, and Crossway was nothing. That was probably still in the back of my mind.
Yeah, this is why you don't do warm-up seeds. That's been my experience with randomizer tournaments.
Okay, DF, you need a map tracker.
Shut up.
I tried using a map tracker at one point because of things like this, and I found it actually make me stop stirring up. I don't know. Because, like, you just kind of... If you think you did something, you're still gonna, like, click it off anyways.
Ooh, MST is turning around. This may be remembering... Oh yeah, Leno is waiting at feeding pits, so I think it's like, hey bud, where's my light suit?
Yeah, because I didn't want to talk over the interview, but yeah, I was pretty sure what happened, and it was like you verbally mentioned to your partner, "Oh hey, I'm gonna get your light suit," and then 5 minutes later, your partner's like, "Did you pick up that light suit yet?"
No, I just never went to Crossway, and I thought I did, and Aaron's like, okay, I don't know where my light suit is, and at the end of the game, like, I don't have it.
Oh yeah, but Shy Guy forgot to pick up the light suit in Elite Research. Really funny.
No,
Maybe he has to go back for it.
THK is saying I was Akizor. I know, I didn't think DF missed an item. I believed him. I thought I had light suit somewhere, and I wasn't gonna go read everything to go get it when my routing. Like, my goal was to let DF finish as soon as possible, because that's how the ruling works. That's why my routing at the end was so bad. Like, I did lower Torvis, and then I had a key. I had 2 keys for DF in Temple Grounds. I had 1 in Aegon. And Aegon would have been faster to go to first, but I got DF the stuff first. What I should have done is get War Ritual Grounds sooner, but I put it off for some reason. My brain wasn't thinking that I would benefit from getting it then instead of later. But it didn't end up wasting that much time because of a Cursed Lake.
Note to self, go to Crossway.
Yeah, you just didn't go in the room when you were doing the first All the Elders trip, I guess. And
Yeah,
Plasma was there, so it was kind of distracting.
Yeah, I think I was actually about to go there, like, after the plasma check, and I'm like, I want to go check Antechamber first, and then go back, and I just didn't go back.
Can we talk about
Seekers were there too, so that's
how
also
awful the
distracting.
energy tanks were?
Yeah, there's
I'm not here like, I need 2 suits to be able to finish this, or I need like 8 energy tanks. I had 2, and every one I found was for DF instead. Like, I wanted some energy tanks, and I don't know. I ended up getting the suit, and then I was like, okay, this is possible now. And then I found out about the Annihilator, and I'm like, oh god. And then it ended up falling nicely.
Wait, do you have Elite Research wall a second time if you walk out of the room?
I think so.
That's okay.
That
I just had to do that. That's
the most
I've got
surprising
lightning fun.
part of this seed for me. It was when DF got Dark Visor at Flagra, and we were like, okay, that's good. Good thing you did this now instead of earlier. And then I don't usually do labs, but I just decided to do it because we were feeling ahead. Because he gave me the Dark Beam when it could have been pretty much anywhere in both of our games. And so I just checked Dark Labs before going to Torvis. And then he gave me, or I found that Dark Suit, or not Dark Suit, Varia Suit in Battleground, and I was like, oh my god. That could have been anyone playing this, honestly.
I was about to go to Frigate, but then that she gave me Varus, and I hesitated for a second, like, Magmor or Frigate? Like, I wouldn't want a Magmor.
Just Dark Visor from Flagra, and before DF's finished with Ghosts, he gets Varia from Battleground. It's kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a pretty good chain. And we were talking about how with the with like you're the higher execution team, so they're kind of counting on you to do checks like Flagra and stuff like that and get nothing from it. So it was good for you that that chain worked out.
Absolutely.
Pretty much always checked Flagra early because, like, a lot of the times we do these practice seeds, it's like Dark Beam or some shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dark Beam is like Dark and Light Beam are so important for routing in Echoes.
Dark Beam more so, but yeah. If Aaron doesn't have Dark Beam, she can't do anything.
Yeah, a lot of us was without Dark Beam for a long time.
What did you think at the beginning when I had a Power Bomb expansion and didn't grab my Screw Attack immediately in Dynamo Chamber? I kind of realized coming back at the beginning that I hadn't gotten that, even though I had that expansion, and I grabbed it and it was Screw Attack, and I'm like, thank God.
Okay, so
Would have been pretty bad.
at the start of the race, having to explain like this is the brand new format, right? So having to explain that and then like trying to read hints from like everyone on tiny
that would have
screens
been
with 4 people
awful.
at the same time. Yeah, it took a bit for us to actually like get on track with like people were finding, so we didn't notice things like that.
Yeah, I know I would struggle watching 4 at once. I struggled watching 2 at once sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
I did order that pizza like I drew on the ground, don't worry.
What did you draw on the ground?
I said I'm going to order a pizza.
Nice.
I also wrote nice hot dog.
Oh, okay, so it wasn't... I missed that part. It wasn't a total Team Hot Dog betrayal, then.
Man, I really represented the hot dog in our name, huh? I really
Yep.
did. I died for no reason. I forgot what each crossway.
Throwing as usual.
What do you mean? Okay, when we were doing that seed, you forgot a Sky Temple key and lost 10 minutes.
Yeah. Actually, it was like 6.
I did that in my first tourney race ever. I was not happy.
That was one of the longer ones that we did for sure, even in practice and stuff. We made some good plays at the beginning, and then the end just... I don't know, I feel like we could have probably finished this at least like 10 minutes on average faster, had I just had light suits sooner.
Sorry.
Yeah, or Dark Seed even, because
I'm sorry.
I think
Yeah,
Dark
you wouldn't
Seed
have had to
helped a
do,
lot
like,
at the time that
yeah.
you could have gotten it.
No mode was pretty early, because you would scan all the cobalt hints, looking for that information, all that stuff. Could have skipped that.
Okay.
Yeah, I took the risk going back to Warriors Walk to get that cobalt. I figured it was just a safer play, and it didn't actually end up paying off, but it did like a little bit with the Spider Guardian stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's getting rid of the gate, I guess.
Yeah, you would have had to skip the gate otherwise, or
Yeah, an extra minute or 2.
It's bad for the other team because they don't know how to do that.
That was the first time I ever opened the crypt portal in a randomizer race ever. It just I was deciding at the end to like what order to get the last 2 artifacts, TTS and Under Transit 1 in, and I just decided to go back into the light world and use an extra portal because then it meant I didn't have to climb a room twice. It ended up being fine.
The only reason why I went to Life Grove without boost ball is because I was like, okay, I don't have it. It's probably in mines. I'm just gonna check this now because it could be like something for Aaron. And it was her supers.
Yeah, that was a really good play.
Yeah, that was a pretty important item in this seed. Probably the most important item for Echoes.
And then I did the stupid elite research thing without boost ball.
I was very happy to see the unrestream.
Yeah.
It's very funny.
I hate doing that trick, but it's so funny to watch. Like, it's not even a hard trick, it's just like, oh, I don't want to do this.
It feels kind of bad. You have to like pay attention to what you're doing too. I think that's what makes it really unpleasant, because otherwise you're gonna get a bad camera, you're gonna fall off.
Hello, Elphus getting Sky Temple keys.
SDK hints.
I was so happy when I read them, and it was like, oh, Annihilator, 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 Annihilator. Great. Everything that needs Annihilator, except Sentinel's Path, basically.
Yeah, I know you also have a good relationship with TTS.
Yeah, that was the funny thing. I did that without boost, and then boost balls and freaking elite control access. I don't... That probably would have been faster to get that and then go back up, but, like, how am I supposed to know boost balls there?
I needed a suit.
Right.
Since you skipped my other suit.
I'm sorry!
Yeah, I'm actually curious how differently that seed would have routed for you with the early Dark Suit, because that could have been, like, early hints, it could have been, like, a lower Torvis wall crawl.
Yep. Well, I was planning on doing the lower Torvis wall crawl, even with the energy tanks that I had at the time, because I was comfortable with it. Like when I did like when I got gravity boost and stuff, I was like, do I go to lower Torvis and get the stuff? But then I realized that no, I still needed light suit to get the stuff down there, or a bunch of energy tanks and cannonball. So I just decided not to go down there and instead go do the... What did I do next? Temple grounds cleanup? I honestly can't remember. I went to Sink Entrance, I think, yeah.
So what you're saying is a logical path for this seed is horrible.
It's terrible.
I mean, like even like
So
the main
long.
power bombs for Prime, those were horrible too.
Yeah, I only
that's
picked them
true.
up because I'm like, why not? I
Yeah.
was rocking one power bomb the entire game.
Xenowars is pointing out that boost logically locks crossway. Actually, is that trick not in logic?
I don't
Yes,
think it is.
not.
That trick is not a beginner trick. I mean, well, it's more like an
Okay.
intermediate.
Yeah, I don't agree that's beginner either.
Intermediate,
I don't
probably.
Or should
remember
be.
for sure if it is. So yeah, I'll assume it isn't. So yeah, boost locked both of the suits.
Cool.
That was a deep boost.
Deep boost.
I don't think it's beginner just because you have to like kind of squeeze into the hole. It's not like trivial.
Yeah, the other parts are fine.
I don't know where her light suit was. I don't know what you're talking about. It didn't exist in the seed. That's what I'm gonna.
Yeah, it was in Crossroads, not Crossway.
Yeah, it
my
was in
bad.
Crossroads in Winofus's game. Oh, wait, never mind. They're checking Crossroads right now. Can't be there.
It was an energy tank. I don't know who it was for, but I remember it was an energy tank.
Yeah. I mean,
He's just about to find Cobalt now, I think.
I still
Yeah.
had fun.
That hint was in Aegon, wasn't it? I think it was accessible. Maybe it was in Mineshaft, or Mining Station B,
Which
whatever that
hint?
room is called. The one that said where Cobalt was, because there was one, a direct hint. Like the
Oh.
Cobalt is in Warrior's Walk.
I didn't.
I did find that. I think it was in Mining Station B, which I went to before going to Torvis and doing the pirate fight. I was like, I have Dark Beam. We're probably ahead because of the Varia. I'm just gonna go read this, and that information ended up being pretty useful because that's the only reason I came back at the time to get Cobalt.
I think we need like restream volunteers just to fill a spot for like tracker, even though we're using the auto trackers because.
Honestly, yeah, like if someone in this kind of speed gaming channel is kind of like left a running list of where stuff were, that would be good.
That would be a good idea.
Pretty lost with a lot of the hints. We caught some of them, but it was very hit or miss.
The stuff of like thinking about, oh, we're probably ahead. I need to do that more. I'm still fairly new to like racing randomizer.
If a spoiler log was generated, you could use that to get the hints, but I don't think it would be possible to generate the spoiler log and then not have one when you import the permalink. I don't think that's how Randomania works.
Yeah,
like, you could go back to the old method where you use the audit log to see who opened the spoiler log, but then I don't know, that just opens up the potential of cheating, and it's probably not a good idea.
Yeah, the other thing that I didn't like about it being possible to view the spoiler previously and it just like being audited is that the view spoiler button was like front and center. You could click it by accident.
Oh yeah, I did that once. I clicked the view spoiler button back in an older version of Randomania. I was like, "Whoa, God, don't click that."
So I'm glad that it works the way it does now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if we had like a non-commentator volunteer, they could like go into the like VODs of the runners and get a good look at the hints that way.
I think I'd be up for trying commentary for some of these races if I'm available, because I'm pretty busy with work right now.
Yeah, no, the more
always
volunteers,
room
the
for
better.
volunteering.
Plenty of races coming up.
But yeah, thanks to the organizers for not only putting in all the work to hash out the formats and stuff for this tourney. There were a lot of decisions that had to be made for this. Like, this was not easy at all.
They did a lot of work, and it took a very long time.
Yeah.
But now we're all benefiting
It's
from
gonna be
it.
worth it.
What are these?
Especially if we keep getting seeds like this.
What are these two still looking for? Looks like Annihilator.
I think Annihilator and Phazon suit.
No,
I
I think
think
Odyssey has
No, they have Phazon.
Yeah, just Annihilator, I think.
That Phazon suit hint was... Oh no, that's what it was. In Mining Station B, it was the major upgrade for Draconif in under temple access, and I was like, okay, that could be phase on suit, I guess, since you have a bunch of stuff, and it could have been beam combos at the time, and then slowly over time, he just kept getting more and more beam combos, and I was still paranoid about that not being phase on suit after I skipped light suit already. Like, it was until I saw it and picked it up, I was pretty nervous.
It seemed most likely it was going to be Prime 1 boost to us.
Yeah.
I'm very jealous that you got a phase on suit, and that's not fair.
When I got flamethrower, I was like, wait, that's phase on suit. I gotta go get that.
And I'm looking to head back to Torvis here.
I entered that portal to under temple access, and I was like, oh my god, what if it's grappler beam? Like, oh no.
Grappler beam.
Grappler beam.
Oh yeah, that is a possibility. I forgot about that too. Grapple. Echo's grapple was Fungal access.
Yeah, I didn't need to pick that up, but I did.
Hey,
oh, yeah, the
power bombs.
The main power bombs and plasma processing were.
Yeah, that.
Like that logic too.
You have to go to mines. Actually, I don't know if was there anything in mines that it's required that needed power bombs. I don't remember. I don't think so.
Not in mines, but Life Grove is logically.
Oh yeah, Life Grove.
That's terrible.
It's boost locked anyways. Yeah, that's really bad.
The
that's so bad.
The intended route for the seed is horrible.
Yeah. And the unintended route would be perfectly fine as long as you got me my stupid light suit.
I'm sorry.
So I will put out the command to follow the runners before I forget. Yeah. I had having friends on both teams. I was really happy I got to commentate this.
Yeah, thank you for volunteering your time, both of you. I will be watching this back later. I plan to, regardless.
I might, since my pizza's out for delivery, like right now.
Yeah, it was really fun. Looking forward to seeing a lot more of these races in the future.
There's another one booked, right?
There's two more for Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, cool. A double feature on next Sunday.
8 a.m. and I want to say 7 p.m. Or 8 p.m. I don't remember.
Oh, there's one tomorrow?
One tomorrow.
Awesome. Great.
Nice.
Oh, that's new. Yeah, so you see MPCGC. Yeah, okay. So you can check out the challenge and the schedule there for upcoming matches.
So we have tomorrow 7:30 Eastern time. We have Op and Mighty Caesar against Captain MD and Arrow Razor. That should be a good one.
So has Shy Guy full clear to this game?
Perhaps they're just taking a break? Because I guess if they were full cleared, they'd be waiting at Ridley, right?
Right, but...
Not sure.
Like, he can take the break now before walking to Ridley. My impression that's that he's done.
Let's see.
It was kind of funny when, like, we were theorizing whether you guys actually knew that you forgot Crossway or not, or were just
no idea.
Late. And then
literally no idea.
It was confirmed when Dio just started sitting in Life Grove Tunnel and doing the bomb jump.
Oh, he did that too? Awesome. See, I wasn't really paying attention to what he was doing because I was looking for light suits.
That is the first, like, positive indicator that he thought he had full cleared his game.
Yeah.
MSC breaking out the flamethrower too, so I think that is the done signal.
But, looks like what is that? 4 out of 9 keys on the tracker. So 5 keys left. My assumption is. Oh wait, those are all Annihilator locked, right? Yeah, that's tough. Annihilator had Spider Guardian, and everything else is like all over the world. If there was a Profane Path, there was the Transit Tunnel South, Main Gyro, Incash 2. And I'm trying to think about what the last key was that I had to pick up. Can't remember.
Wait, the last key you had to pick up where? Like,
Is he done a Cursed
Leno has
Lake?
5 left, so I was trying to think. No, Cursed Lake was a was an artifact, not a key.
oh, that's right.
I'm trying to think. Yeah, I'm not sure what the last one that Leno doesn't have at the moment it would be, but there are 4 still left that all need Annihilator Beam.
Oh, I messed up this pizza.
Wait, did Propane Path have it with Propane Path?
Yeah, Profane Path had one. Did I mention that? Hold on. Transit Tunnel
Yeah, you
South,
did.
Main Gyro, Incash 2, Profane Path.
I wasn't paying attention.
DTS.
Well, it's okay. There's a lot of names being listed.
Mm-hmm.
Names. Yeah, I still don't know how to balance out endgame routing of keys and artifacts in my game, because DF's game takes much longer to finish than mine does, so it benefits us as a team if I find the right balance of routing with bias of getting artifacts instead of keys, even if the overall route for collecting all the items is slower. I'm pretty sure the way that I did it in this seed, where I picked up the lower Torvus stuff, including my 2 keys that were there, and then did a slower route to grab his artifacts before grabbing my keys. I think that was the best way to do it, to lower our average time.
Yeah, I think that made sense.
So my time would have probably been like 1 or 2 minutes faster, maybe, if I got the Aegon first, but then it would have made his much, much, much slower. Like maybe 4 minutes or something. So overall, I think the average time was better.
Wait, chat, what was the Sank entrance hit?
I didn't read that. Yeah, I'm curious.
I was talking earlier about how nobody ever checks that hit.
Charge your beam.
That's the joke hit.
I remember where the first joke hint was. It was after getting Cannonball, I went back to Aegon after Jump Guardian, and I went to the save station, and then I got Ambered. I'm like, okay, great. If I want the hint, I have to go back the way that I came to not lose Cannonball. And then, yeah. I knew I needed Spider Ball to get a space jump, and I knew there was a boost ball in Junction Site, but I didn't know if it was going to be my boost ball, so I didn't want to risk losing the Cannonball, even though I needed to use the cannon anyway to get my space jump. But that's just... I was pretty annoyed when the... Yeah, that's why I lost it, because I needed to use the cannon to get space jump. But the hint back in the portal room, the Amber hint, was a joke hint, and I was pretty upset, so I power bombed the Space Pirate. Blew him to smithereens.
Ah, okay. I didn't catch that as, memeing. Because...
Four people, yep.
I'm used to powerbombing those on purpose, but you'd already done the fight, obviously.
Yeah, I just powerbombed the one pirate that I could have just avoided. I didn't like him, so blew him up. So grabbing a Cursed Lake so that Shy Guy can finish. I don't know. Overall, I thought our performance was okay in this seed.
Yeah, it was really going to come down to whether you were going to be able
Skips
to
or not.
skip the light suit. It made the race interesting because PhailGuys has a lot more randomizer racing experience across various other games, but they're not nearly as skilled at these games. So it was kind of an interesting dynamic with who's going to get what routing advantage, or if they're going to try to get luck on their side a bit more. And when it was just very much not going their way, the fact that you had missed the suit still kept the race really in the air. We didn't really know what was going to happen.
Yeah. Important things to know for this seed, if you were doing it. Skipping supers to enter lower Taurus in the back. You had boost and spider, so I think that would have been pretty good. On the Echo side, would have let you grab a bunch of things earlier. And then also skipping Cobalt for Spider Guardian if you didn't have the supers to go get it. Those two are almost useful in like pretty much any long randomizer with a long list of requirements, and their importance was shown in this one too.
Yeah, and I do. It does seem like the CGC seeds in general have a lot more of the like higher requirement checks required more often. Versus like sometimes you'll get solo rando seeds and echoes where you don't actually even need that close to a full tracker, but a lot of the time it seems like you pretty much need almost everything for these seeds. At least logically.
And I don't want to do another light suit skip in this tournament. Even that one that I didn't have to get reverse there underwater to escape, so it wasn't my thing. But
yeah,
it's very stressful. I hate doing that stuff in this setting.
I didn't realize, I didn't think of that fact when you were preparing to do it. But yeah, it was fortunate. But I wonder how different it would have been if you did have to escape.
I would have been about 20% more nervous, and I also probably would have died with failing it as much as I did. And I did save in Torvis as well, so I wouldn't have had Cannonball to try it again. And the reason I saved in Torvis was because I don't actually remember why I saved in Torvis. Oh, it was because when I reset out of dungeon, then I wanted to be closer to the rest of DF's keys and not have to go all the way back from Sank. So me saving in Torvis was a risk. I was trying to buy a couple minutes, assuming that I wouldn't fail the trick, risking losing way more than that in case I did, because I would have needed Cannonball.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. That actually reminds me of like Arav's 4% tutorial where he's like, yeah, don't save in Sky Temple, save in
Save and Sank, yeah.
Yeah, wherever's closer to
Cannonball,
get Cannonball if you have to do it again.
Yep. Guess where my no suits playthrough is saved right now. That's right. Save station D or whatever that room is called.
Yeah, so that's another thing that I don't think we get to see very often in randomizers is like actual
Classic Cannonball.
I want to say the intended way to get Cannonball, even though
the
it's
more commonly known method of getting Cannonball.
And it's less commonly known culturally in randomizer because we're used to just getting it for free. So it's weird to like bridge the gap between the two.
Speaking of that Cannonball, I got really annoyed with myself for not scanning the cannon when I was going to fight Spider Guardian. I was like, oh my god, now I have to risk bomb jumping up when I haven't done it in months. Like, I was just making so many micro mistakes towards the end because I was nervous about having to skip that suit.
Yeah, if I have a translator, I always like just going in and scanning it the old-fashioned way.
Would have been faster too. There was no reason not to do it. I just forgot. What are you apologizing for? It's not your fault. Oh wait, it is. It is your fault. Never mind.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. We won and we had fun. That's what matters. The having fun part, not the winning part. Disclaimer. This disclaimer.
Yeah, it really is a different like atmosphere being in a VC with someone else when you're racing versus like a solo tournament. very
no
much
longer
enjoy it.
alone with my thoughts.
Mm-hmm.
I think I make more mistakes just because I'm trying to manage in my head where my partner's at as well.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, when I play these, I am barely watching my partner. Like, I'll occasionally like ask questions about like what is going on, or whatever, or like what they're doing next, or what they might need. But I don't spend like any time watching. There was a time where we like both made a funny mistake. Like we like fell down a room and we just said like nice mistake or something, and we thought we were talking about each other, but we weren't. We were talking about ourselves, and we didn't know what mistakes that we made, so we just told each other about them. We weren't watching.
That's funny.
I don't know how common that is among CGC teams, but other teams can provide some input on it, I guess.
My mistake was an elite control and I just boosted off the ledge.
My mistake was morphing in the air and Great Bridge for no reason and falling down during my dash.
And I don't want this pizza. They box you.
I'll eat the pizza. Mail it to me. You owe me. You owe me a pizza.
No, I don't. I'm just gonna eat these bread buns.
Let's see. I know still has those 5 keys to get. I still don't know what that one was.
Where was Annihilator again? I don't remember.
It was Spider Guardian.
Wow.
Leno just got it.
At least it routes nicely into main gyro.
Yeah, that's the only thing.
The one saving grace.
Then you have to go on a 8th or world tour to get the other keys. Annihilator Beam.
Yeah, like really not every seed is like this.
These ones are pretty rare.
Mm-hmm.
Most seeds aren't this bad.
But yeah, whatever like the last item you got before it places hands, it just loves putting them all like that. So you'll often get, yeah, like this 5 Annihilators or 5 Light Suit or 5 Dark Visor. STKs.
I'm just glad it was multiple light suit required stuff, because that would have been terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting. Like it's different when you're skipping it. If there's something I don't know how to skip, then I'm always relieved when I see, oh, there's like 5 or 6 SDKs that require this awful thing. So then I'm happy that going to get it is very justified.
Yeah, you're more incentivized to grab it because time of doing the stuff normally is better. I mean, even with the one thing, I was still, like, thinking about finding that light suit slowly over time. I was still reading hints after knowing where Annihilator Beam was, and none of it really helped. I don't know if there's a light suit hint somewhere, but perhaps the other team can clarify at some point if they know about it.
I want to say there was, and I just...
Well, wait, no, there is no suit hint. They're in the Prime game, right?
They're in the Prime games, yeah, you're right. I had thought that there was at one point, but I was making it up.
No, light suit wasn't in the seed. It wasn't in the seed.
Oh, there was just no light suit placed?
Yeah, no light suit.
So does Lenofus have light suit because he just opened up menu mod and clicked light suit and just turned it on?
Uh-huh.
I would joke that you guys accidentally rolled minimal logic, but even minimal logic wouldn't have done that. Or did that change, actually?
I don't
now
think
that we like know how to skip light suit.
anymore.
Minimal logic doesn't look for light suit, but it still places it if it's in your item pool.
Okay.
I think it only checks to see if dark visors are not in like water and in cache. Or,
Yeah,
sorry,
dark.
just in cache.
Yeah, if Dark Visor's not in an in cache, then it's a valid seed now. There's no checking for screw attack either. Like that stuff is non-existent. Just Dark Visor. Do a minimal logic multi-world tournament next year. That's what we should do.
Yeah, have fun. Opening matches, grand finals. Have fun with that. I don't know. Maybe a bunch of people would want to do it.
I don't think I would want to do it. I'm so tired of doing the Robert Secret World and Mining Plaza over and over and over again.
Do you do Agate Temple, Secret World, and any percent?
Yeah, that's true. I did a couple minimal logics where we had bombs and screw attack to start instead of bombs and space jump. And
That was bad.
those were a nightmare. They were terrible.
It was still possible, but it sucked.
While calling an eighth of jumping out, space jump everywhere. And GG's
Alright, so
the Shy Guy for being able to finish.
Yeah,
GG.
242.56. So yeah, we're
Nice.
talking about 30-minute cutoffs. I'm willing to stay for the end of this personally to like kind of cap off the first race, but I know policy is gonna be that it can
Yeah, I
cut
was
it off
curious
after
about
30
that.
minutes for I think it's gonna be calm discretion and time available or whatever, but
Yeah, because the tournament document said 30 minutes, right? But then SpeedGaming, I don't know if it's a SpeedGaming rule, but there were 4 hours or aligned for this race, right? From 6 to 10.
Yeah, SG has pretty much always blocked off 4 hours for Prime 1 and Prime 2 individually. So, and it's just like, if we're not running over something else, then generally for tourneys, we're fine to continue if we want.
Yeah, I think for me personally, like if they were still on the hunt for items, maybe we would wrap it up after the interview here. But like now that they're in Cleon mode,
I'm sure they're going to be able to finish this one
yeah,
pretty quickly.
I think. Oh,
Yeah, 'cause-
Torvus Energy Controller. That was.
Oh yeah, Torvus Energy Controller. Yeah, that's right. I forgot this was a Sky Temple key, not an artifact. For some reason in my head, I thought it was an artifact.
Oh, I thought that super was going to be too early. I thought it was going to hit the side of the elevator.
You're probably thinking about our practice seed where an artifact was in Sanctuary Energy Controller.
No, the practice seat also had an artifact up here too. It was both.
Oh.
I just remember I came up here for whatever reason.
Oh, he's not happy.
Oh,
about
that's the Annihilator beam.
Yeah.
Oh, so it wasn't in Lower Torvus, but it was in here, so it was still locked behind super missiles. Okay. Yeah.
Or you could just get
There we-
Annihilator and do quad.
Their reaction to the Annihilator beam, man.
That's pretty good.
Wait, was quad done?
Yeah, Leno fought
did
quad.
do quad. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, Leno was fighting quad while you were fighting Emperor Ring.
Was there a quad? There was a quad hint. I thought it was a missile expansion. I don't remember what that was.
It might have
though.
been a Cobalt hint. Like they were very late to
Oh,
Cobalt.
yeah.
So-
Okay, that makes a lot of sense actually.
And that ended up being bad for a number of reasons.
The quad hint was main gyro. Okay, thank you.
I know it's
It's so funny to me how that War Wasp just knocked him away from the portal.
That's why you screw attack into it.
Yeah, I've never had that issue there.
I wanted to call it Phazon Path. Profane Path and Incash 2, I think is all Leno's got left.
Yeah, it looks like a 7 on the tracker. So, yep, 2 keys. I did some really silly stuff in this because I just wasn't thinking correctly. Like near the beginning when I was going to Bomb Guardian, I did the extended dash. I don't really do 100%. Even though I had screw attack, I could have just NSJ went to the door. I realized like right after I did the trick, I was like, I just did that trick for no reason. They might think I'm showing off if they noticed, but I was not showing off. I was simply just being stupid. That's all.
It was hard for us to notice anything that early in the race, but
Yeah.
Miguel might have noticed.
I
think
feel like
that
I remember
was-
something in chat. Yeah, someone in chat pointed it out.
There was also another one where I like tried to bomb jump up a ledge after I got space jump because of 100% muscle memory. Just things like that.
A ledge.
It was when I was going back to get the boost ball in Portal Site, or whatever that room is called. Not Portal Site. No, it is called Portal Site in Dark
Junction
Aegon.
site?
Yeah, I was
Wait,
going to
it's-
Junction Site, but in the portal room, I tried to bomb jump up the ledge to go to the Jump Guardian room,
Oh,
even though I had
yeah,
space
okay.
jump. It's just like, I had space
Well,
jump this
hey,
time. I
I
don't
did
have to
not-
bomb jump.
I did not realize you had space jump at that time.
Yeah, I had just gotten it previously, like a
Because
minute
space
ago.
jump was kind of stupid. It like normally it's like, oh, you know, mining station A item, you can sequence break it, right? But if it's space jump, you can't sequence break it.
Yeah, I'd forgotten
Yeah, I
about
don't-
that because. Oh, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I don't think it's actually possible to get that NSJ unless you have gotten the in-cache 1 item or have the required stuff. Because if you got the in-cache 1 item, you can do the boost like cannon trick off the flying pirate.
Oh,
But-
is that what changes the room layer?
Yeah, that's what changes the room later, is grabbing the item in cache 1, which normally has light beam.
Yeah, okay.
But
Interesting.
doing that NSJ is not really something that you'll ever see in a tournament like this. So using the flying pirate trick will almost never happen.
Yeah, getting up
in
to
this
cash one
anyway.
with the bomb jump is fairly difficult.
I think that's an advanced bomb jump. It might even be expert, to be honest. It's pretty hard. There's other methods too, with like roll jumping and dashing that might be on lower difficulties, but the bomb jump is terrible. Not to mention the doomed entry, or the super missiles to leave. Like that's also pretty bad.
Mhm.
Is that the last key in cache 2?
There's a profane path,
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
which isn't
Why-
that bad.
They're the Annihilator keys are so spread out. They're so bad.
Yeah, there's one in every area.
I didn't realize how disparate they were.
Yeah, it's pretty brutal when like, honestly, because my experience is actually that the hints or the keys often are spread out because it's like if it's a bunch of dark visor checks, those are all over. If it's a bunch of light suit checks, those are all over. Annihilator checks are all over.
The only time I think I ever get keys in the same general location is in Upper Taurus. Does anyone else notice that the game loves to put a key in Underground Tunnel, Grove, Meditation Vista, and Plaza, like consistently? If there's one in one of those slots, there's a bunch in the others. I don't know why that happens, but I've noticed it so many times, even in just the single player ones. I don't know why.
Well, the STKs get placed at on the stair after you get access to the gateway.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
once you get Gateway. Those items are pretty close to when you get Gateway, I guess. They have generally the same requirements. So I guess that makes a bit of sense.
A lot of times,
Yeah,
like
I
if
think that's why.
supers are your access to hints, then Lower Taurus just became available, and it'll just dump a crap ton of keys down there.
The qualifier is great, having like literally all 9 artifacts in Upper Taurus or in
Yeah,
Taurus,
That was ridiculous.
and then so
Hotdog seed.
my the artifacts got eaten on my team when we were in the qualifier, and I went to go get them on the second file, and only on the second file when I was doing artifact cleanup on it did I get the underground tunnel crash.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna blame Randovania for us not getting a sub 2 finish time, by the way, like average finish time, because some of the artifacts that I sent, they showed up in the log. Like I sent them to the application, but DF didn't receive the artifacts for like a minute, and when he was just waiting to go fight Ridley, they just didn't appear in his inventory. It took a while for them to show up. I don't know what was going on with that, but
I think it took it.
that
it seems to
sucked.
take a
Hopefully that
while
never
for-
happens to anyone. Hopefully that never happens to anyone else in this tournament.
It seemed to take a while for a couple of them in this race, but it wasn't like terribly long.
Oh, is it having to do with being near Artifact Temple? I wouldn't know why, but I trust Inner Slice on that, so
I didn't
maybe
know
don't
that.
wait near Artifact Temple.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay,
There
I'll
was-
wait in the room before that then.
There used to be a weird thing with SMZ3 multi-world, like way early when it was new, that if you were in certain areas, like if you weren't on the overworld, if you were in a dungeon, items didn't send sometimes. So we started joking that like the Wi-Fi was bad in Misery Mire.
That's good. I like that.
It's been a while since we had those stability issues. But yeah, the artifacts that got eaten from my game in the qualifier,
my
they
timer's
didn't show up
going
in
again.
history. Like they were just gone. I don't know what happened.
I accidentally undid my timer. Whoops.
It's okay. You had a 1:58:40 something, so we just missed out on sub 2.
It's recorded fine in race time, so yeah, we have the evidence.
Yeah, it's a good thing you didn't link race time to live split.
I do have it linked personally, but I disable the global hotkeys, so I have no accidents.
I'm sorry about Light Suit.
That's okay. I also made a safety save in Sky Temple because I promised myself I would just do it every time if I thought I was going to win. Just save. I don't know. Take 10 seconds to save, and then I can't risk myself being stupid and crashing, basically. I just didn't want a situation like that to happen.
Yeah, it's the light beams on mutated Emperor-ing, right? That can crash.
Yeah, if Emperor-ing 3 is doing one of the attacks that generates a laser and dies during them, or during the startup, I don't remember exactly the specifics. I've had it happen to me a bunch of times, though. If that happens, the game will crash. So don't do that. It's the big yellow laser attack, and then I think the purple singular laser that can freeze you, that'll also do it as well. I've crashed on that before.
Wano got 3 supers, but one of them he completely missed the gap. Hit the side of the shield.
This can be annoying if you don't have a proper setup for it.
Oh, you know what was really funny is I was talking about how it was good that you had Cannonball because it was making Emperor-ing 2 a lot better, and I forgot that you had
I reset
out of dungeon, and
and I got owned.
Your fight had just did you?
Well,
I got owned by the guys.
The first bit was perfect, and then it went off script a little bit after. As soon as Esther said anything, of course.
If you lay the first powerbomb correctly, it's really difficult to you have to get abysmally bad luck.
God, that was
the fastest EI3 I've ever seen.
Yo, we got the test strat. Let's go. That in the Echoes type to play stream from a few months ago at the beginning of the year, where we played Echoes with the Twitch plays stuff or whatever. It took us an hour to task that Emperor-ing 3 quick kill, and I've never pulled it off, so congrats.
I've never seen that. That's really cool.
It's precise. The window for it and the positioning is insanely small. Seeing someone pull it off is cool. I don't think I've ever seen someone pull that off RTA before. It's pretty cool. It's gotta be an accident. Who goes for that on purpose? You've gotta be insane.
Oh, I remember where Echo is now. It's in Chozo Ice Temple.
Okay. It took 3 screw attacks for Leno to get a good one, but might be on track for DS.
I don't know how common knowledge it is to nice, yeah. I don't know how common it is to use screw attack Dark Visor here, but it lets you see way easier. Big recommend if you have Dark Visor to always have it up when you're trying to skip. GG's.
As long as you landed for a screw attack, which sometimes I don't, and I switch to Dark Visor and I still can't see. Welcome, Leno.
Hi.
GG's.
I swear, Emperor Ing 3 was the only thing that went right.
Yeah,
That was
that was
incredible.
awesome. I never seen anyone do that. I would just call that the task strat, because that's what it does. And we tasked it in the Twitch Plays Echo stream a few months ago. But I've never seen someone pull that off. RTA, nice job.
I forgot Aaron's light suit. I'm
Yeah,
DF never went to Crossway, so I skipped light suit. It was great.
sorry.
Just skipping, you can't be a good cook if you're just skipping ingredients left and right. You have to get all of your seasoning, all of your ingredients. You got to have that nice, fully cooked hot dog. Like, come on, man, what are you doing?
I didn't go to Crossway because I was thinking about the warm-up scene we did where there was nothing there, so I just completely forgot. It's okay, though.
Yeah, well, GG's. I think one pretty bad thing for
Well, I know two things that went bad for us. I took that stupid death at Sank Entrance. Phase on crate right in my face. I had no energy tank, so I was just, okay, yep, instant gib. That's a death. Went back there for Dark Burst. Thanks, game. And then MST completely forgetting that, I forget, I don't even remember what check you said it was, but Wave Beam.
Was it the Lasude in Elite Research? Like,
that was
going
the game, but yeah.
Yeah, going just opening up the rock to open up the light suit, not actually collecting light suit. Can't say I've done that before.
So the good thing about that is that, like, I'm sure he like verbally told you, "Oh, hey, I found your light suit. Expect it." And
yep,
you didn't get it after a few
minutes. That's why I went to Feeding Pit, and I'm getting to Feeding Pit. I'm like, I don't have my light suit. He's like, what? Did it send? I'm like, no. I checked the history. Like the last thing you sent me was a missile, and before that was that grapple. I'm like, oh dang it! Did I actually forget? Okay, and then he went back, and it's like, yep, it's here.
Okay, so MST went for the Arbor Chamber out of bounds.
Yeah, he said he said he got stuck on something. Like the game just did not let him move, and he soft locked and reset. And when he went back in there the second time, and he saw that I forget what was even there now.
It was Wave Beam.
Wave Beam.
And it would have been really good for you guys if he had gotten that first try, because that would have like gotten him back on track to like get you everything you were missing. Dark Beam was a big one.
And then after that, and then after he broke it the second time he was there, he was like, "There's no way this is in logic, right?" And I'm like, "No, it's out. It's multiple rooms out of bounds. That is not in logic in tournament settings." And then he's like, "No, this has to be in logic," and because we're going over our checks, and he swears up and down that he had gotten everything at the time.
Oh.
And then he was just going around finding checks, and then he finds his plasma beam. Like, oh, okay, yep. Well, I knew plasma had to be available because I know that's not in logic.
See, I thought what he was doing was he was trying to like cut a corner and only check all of the elders once he had plasma for Elder Chamber as well. So I thought he was like trying to be smart, but
maybe. Oh yeah, that's right. He said that he thought Wave Beam was required for Hall, which is only true if you don't have Ice Beam, because you can't shortcut your way to like the actual Hall if you don't have Ice Beam. And he was thinking that you need Wave Beam to check something there, and then the pieces started to fall into place at that point.
Okay, I see. I did not realize that there was like an actual mistake involved in that. I thought it was a play.
I mean, yeah, it's totally a play. Yeah, that's it.
So also, DF did the bomb jump to go over the half pipe for Life Curve Tunnel, so was able to get supers way earlier. Get around a boost requirement for that, and then supers locked Cobalt.
Yep. Well, I knew about I knew about Cobalt. That was hinted at pretty early. I think that was an Amber hint. Maybe it was Violet. Because I knew Cobalt was in Warrior's Walk. I just couldn't get to it.
We missed that hint in commentary. The hints were kind of hard to see. So
Oh, I suppose it's the two. I suppose it's the 2x2 layout. Oh, yeah. I will definitely watch the stream back while I go after I go to work.
But yeah, thanks everyone for a great first race.
Thanks
For the tournament.
If you got so a little side note, if you guys like this little cross game action, tune in Friday night / Saturday morning at the silly time of 3:30 a.m. Eastern. You'll see us PhailGuys go up again for this time, but it's for SpeedGaming's No Kid Hungry marathon. So definitely tune in for that.
Oh, you got that into the marathon. Nice.
We did. Yep, we did get it in.
Cool. Yeah.
Aaron, DF, GG's. This was a garbage seat. Low
Yeah,
here.
this was really bad.
Low here, we're gonna have a sidebar with you after the session.
Yeah. And thanks to Baja Blood for co-commenting with me. This was a lot of fun.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it.
I don't envy the two of you being the first to do these like 4-screen commentaries.
Oh my god!
But thank you for doing it though.
It was
trial by fire.
It was an experience.
Yeah.
Okay, so the other thing is that like we don't have a tracker that like is like obligated to be here and help with info stuff like that because of the auto trackers. So that's actually like
maybe have a third commentator in the future just to act as co-tracker or something like that. Just keep track of.
Yeah, they've been discussing that already, so maybe it'll happen next time. Who knows? Regardless, thank you for providing all the stuff for us. It's a good race.
Yeah, no, and thanks to our TOs and SpeedGaming. I know this was a lot of work to get set up, but I'm so glad that it's coming together. It's gonna be a fun couple months here.
Oh, absolutely! I look forward to next match. Good luck on your match, whoever you face next time.
Yeah, thank you.
Two of you as well.
So again, tomorrow, 7:30 p.m. Op and Captain MD versus Op and Mighty Caesar versus Captain MD and Error Razor on SpeedGaming. And yeah, I think that wraps it up. Anyone got anything else?
No, just thanks as well, Ezra, for co-comment. Enjoyed it, and see everybody next mission.
Yep. Actually, 10 out of 10 garbage